I did almost forget to record that time. That was bad, but good. I have my team here to remind me. Hey, everybody! Ooh, it feels like it's been like half a month, because it has. We we took a week off, so we're back now. Though we are finally past all the crazy holiday, New Year's bullshit that was going on. So we should be back on our regularly scheduled dates now, which I do want to start off by saying are changing a little bit. Our D&D day is staying the same, Saturday at 8. Our other tabletop campaign, which right now is Shadows of the Demon Lord, is still on Monday at 8. But throughout the week, we're taking a little bit more relaxed approach. We're kind of leaning more into the tabletop side of things. So our other streams are just going to be kind of periodic throughout the week, random stuff at random times. We're not really pushing too much of that. It just kind of got to where it was a little bit too all-consuming, I guess you could say, even with 3 of us, split among 3 of us. But anyways, enough of that. Welcome back to Cloak and Stagger. We are continuing our Dungeons & Dragons campaign of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is episode 8, I believe. So if you've been sticking with us through the whole campaign so far, thank you. If you're new with us, welcome. We do this every weekend. As always, we are joined by our fearless group of adventurers. We've got Sucinda, Wilzu, Aramil, and Sandy Ravage. How are y'all doing today? How's everything going?
It's good.
Just in general.
Determined.
Yes, quite determined.
What about you, Mr. Ravage?
Determined.
Okay. All right. Well, we're all determined.
Spirit.
But I felt like a little more emphasis was coming off of Wilzu there. So, do you care to elaborate a little bit there, Wilzu?
If you wish, I am either going to win or... Yeah, that's it, actually. Yeah, I am either going to win or win. There is no lose now. There is no failure. There is no retry. There is no, let me grab a... No, fuck that. I'm winning today.
Yes, I like it. I love the confidence.
We'll try or die.
Try or die, baby. That's right. Okay, well, so let's do, since we took a week off, I mean, we do this anyway, but let's do a quick recap of what we did last session. I believe Sucinda has volunteered to take us through briefly what happened last time. So take it away.
Okay. We go out to the boat and head around a corner to a bunker, 2 bunker down. I'm just going to read this in my normal voice. I can't do the both. Okay. And rest behind it. We rest successfully. We head back around and go into the cave. We get back to around where we were roughly, we are up the waterfall. There is a giant ice golem thing. We fight it. Then 2 skeletal creatures in boating gear / outfits come and are jerks to us. We end up winning the fight, but I know I'm feeling like very awful. Aramil decides he wants to take a sneaky peeky up the stairs at the golem creature. And then we all smell something delicious. I think we need to get the bleep out of here because it's probably the hag cooking the fisherman. Turns out it is. She's like, "Oh, gentleman callers, hello. Do you want to see?" She starts saying that to Aramil. Wilzu and I lock eyes. We're like, "Oh, hell no." And we immediately start to leave. So we make it back to the town. Thank whoever. So when we get back into town, I think we rest right away. But when we go to the little tavern for a nice morning cocktail and some food, there is a gentleman there named Scython.
Scython, yeah.
Scython. He's a male tiefling. He owns the ferry that used to go to the castles and about. Says he heard that Dazan led a group of adventurers to their doom. Bum bum bum. So we're like, okay, cool. Thanks for the story. Thanks for making eyes with me. So we leave there. We go to meet the captain. We tell him about what happened. I try and sell him on it like, yo, we did your thing. Like, give us money, give us whatever. And he's like, oh, no, no, no. Please go back. Defeat the hag. He does give us 5 health potions to help us with this upcoming battle because we got our asses handed to us twice there now. So at least we have health potions. We got that going for us. And now here we are. I still need crampons. Yeah.
That was good, especially considering it's been 2 weeks, so you must have taken good notes there. Or you have a great memory. One of the two, maybe both. You get inspiration tonight. You don't use it, you lose it, as always.
Thank you.
So yes, we'll pick up right there where you pretty much left off. You have just kind of struck a deal with the captain of East Haven, the captain of the militia there, who tasked you now with going and finishing the job at the caves. Just, if for nothing else, proof that there was justice served for the missing fishermen, because it seems like it's pretty obvious what happened to them at this point, and B, to safeguard the waters so that the fishermen can continue to go out and fish and the people of East Haven won't starve to death. So, you ended the conversation by asking him where one of the better general stores were, just where you could restock, and he pointed you down the street in the direction of a place called Harmon's General Store. And that's where we're going to pick up. So, we'll throw it to you guys. What would you like to do?
We need to repair someone's coat, right? Who had the ripped coat? You had a ripped coat.
I'll look down. You can almost see my massive pecs. I need to get this repaired so I can stay warm.
You're right. It's a little bit of a spoiler.
Hopefully they can take care of it at the general store, I guess. Wonder if they specialize in sewing or what even goes into repairing something like that, or do you just buy a new one? I guess we'll find out.
Or we'll learn today.
I believe someone will fix it.
Hmm.
And we're gonna go to the general store. See what's
Okay.
up.
So it, just as a reminder, it's about 10 a.m. When you head out into town.
Watch my pockets.
Everybody's watching their pockets, or just kind of just.
Oh, definitely watching my pockets.
Okay.
Anyone that gets close to me, I'd like to stare them down. Just intimidate each one.
And just as a reminder for our viewers, if you haven't been with us thus far, in the town they're currently in, it is completely and 100% legal to pickpocket anybody. So that's why they're watching their pockets a little bit. So it takes you about 10 minutes.
If anyone bumps into me, I want to pickpocket them.
Okay, I'll say at
Like
about
if
10.
they're like, oh, if it seems like they're, trying to get a little handsy, I want to.
Are you going out of your way, or just if somebody
No.
comes near you?
Just if somebody comes near me.
Okay, gotcha. So takes you about 10 minutes, but you do find yourself standing in front of kind of it looks actually pretty nice. Kind of T-shaped building with a sign out in front of it that says Harmon's General on it. I'll go ahead and switch us over here. And opening up the door, you see a man standing behind the counter, and he seems to be sort of writing in a ledger or journal or something like that behind the counter there as you enter in.
As I walk in, I'll just give him a quick wave, but then step off to the side, take out a parchment and some ink and a pen, sit down and just start scribbling.
Okay. Okay, and he sort of nods and looks at you all and says, "Oh, well, visitors, come on in, have a look around. Let me know if you need any help." And then he sort of goes and looks back down at his desk and continues to kind of scribble in his journal.
Is there anything unique on these tables over here?
It looks mostly like general kind of adventuring gear, general survival gear. There doesn't look to be anything too fancy, but pretty much, the necessities, what you would need to kind of
Right.
survive.
Hey, shopkeep.
He looks up, kind of shocked. Yes. Sorry, he's kind of looking up at you. Goliath. We don't see many of your kind around town.
Yes, you don't see this pure muscle running around town every day.
Be careful. You don't want to rip it more.
Can you fix this? And I just point at the open cut and I go, not talking about my awesome physique, but I'm talking about my cold weather gear.
He sort of leans over the counter there and looks at it, and then begins to kind of walk out and around. And he gets kind of a closer look and sort of reaches out and grabs the tear and looks at it and says, yes, were you attacked by some animal or something?
Yeah, you could call it an animal. The only thing that could ever hurt me has to be some type of animal-like freak.
Indeed, you're quite sturdy, yes. This does look like something I could repair, yes. But judging by the material, it's quite thick here. It won't be cheap, but I can do it.
What do you mean by not cheap?
Well, judging... Look, I'll be honest, I could sew it together with some thread and some string, but truth be told, that's really not going to solve the issues that it would cause being out there in the environment, but additionally, it probably wouldn't take very much for it to break again. If you want me to properly fix it, it's going to take me an hour or two, but I've got the supplies here, and I could do it for 5 gold.
5 gold? I like kind of bow up over him. You're telling me it would take you 5 gold for you to repair this?
He sort of backs up. He's like, I no need to offend. I run a business here, and my time is my money, and I have to make a living so that I can keep providing my services to fine people like you who need their things repaired or, supplies for the road.
Now,
Well,
how do
welcome
I know
to
this is
Randy.
going to be quality?
Randy, are you having some money trouble stalling? Do you need some help paying?
If I will tell you this, if the quality is not to your liking, if it's not up to your standards, then I will waive the fee. But my work is impeccable.
How much for a new coat?
A new set of winter clothes runs about 10 gold.
Okay, here, repair this.
So you gotta
Start
pull your
taking-
jacket off, your
Start
coat and
taking it
everything.
off.
And he's just sort of like weighed down by it because it's fairly large in order to fit you. And he begins to walk off. And he says, please have a look around the store. If there's anything else you need, I'm going to set this in the back just for a moment, and I'll be right back. And he walks through a set of double doors behind. You hear kind of some rustling around a little bit. Sucinda. Oh, go ahead, Aramil.
I was just gonna say, Sucinda, what are you looking for? Those rampants?
Crampons, darling. I need crampons.
I was way
would,
off.
Imagine everybody needs some.
Are there any on the? Do we see any out?
Not out and about, no. Looking around, you see things like pickaxes. It looks like maybe some kind of dried food, maybe some kind of wheat or something. You see multiple vials of, or not vials, but kind of flasks of oil. There's some empty flasks as well. You see ropes, water skins, hammer and pittons, books, scrolls, things like that. On the counter in front of you, you see a couple of vials filled with red liquid, an empty one in another, what looks like bottle of oil, some candles, a ledger that looks like actually not a ledger, just it looks like actually a note, almost like a diary, and then this kind of blackish purple rock that's sitting on his table as he walks back out.
Oh shit. I look to Sacinda, but then look quickly back at the shopkeep.
He looks back to all of you and says, "Are you finding everything okay?"
Yes, I have a few questions about your wares, if you have a moment.
He steps over and looks at you.
I see a lot of things here, but I do not see crampons. Tell me, do you sell the crampons?
Indeed, we do.
And
You're mentioning the shoes that allow you to walk on the
Yes.
slippery ice, yes?
right, yes. How much are they?
Crampons, they sell for 2 gold a pair, so 1 gold per foot.
Damn. What about the oil that you have in the flask over there?
The flask of oils, they run 5 silver apiece.
Okay, let me see.
I'll buy a oil flask.
Yep.
I'll
You can go ahead
select
and
5
add it.
silver.
And, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I'm doing it. Yeah.
And the pickaxe?
If you're looking at the pickaxe, I actually need to look that up real quick. 1 second.
Sucinda, remember I do have a pickaxe I found.
Do you think we might need 2, though? You know, to hoist us up? Climbing.
It would make sense.
You seem to have a predisposition to pickaxes. Sacinda, use.
I'm just trying to think of what we might need.
Maybe you were a miner in a past life?
He says he's
What
sort
I
of
do declare I might be.
he's sort of looking through his ledger and he says, yes, the pickaxe. That is 2 gold as well.
And what about the wheat rations? I mean, darling, what's about the wheat rations?
A day's rations will run you 5 silver.
And the liquid there, the red liquid, is that a health potion?
Ah, yes, the potion of healing.
How much is
very,
that?
very few and far between are those. Those, I'm afraid, are 50 gold apiece.
50 gold? That is preposterous.
It's a life-saving magical elixir.
You know what else is life-saving? These hands.
Wow. Well,
What, are you some sort of... Are you a healer?
Well, yes. That is why these hands are lifesavers.
healer for hire.
Clearly, someone needs a fixin', I should say. Well, bloody darling, it's 55 gold. You want to live or die?
You have to sign this paperwork in triplicate.
Exactly.
Fascinating.
What else? What other things do you have here? Because, you know, the crampons weren't out for viewing. So do you have anything else super cool that you just don't have out?
We have a few things
Such as?
that we keep in the back for safekeeping.
Okay.
We keep our
I'm
cold weather
listening.
clothing back there. We can also here augment your cold weather clothing with things like fur linings, insulation, things of that matter. I'm quite
Spikes?
handy with the thread and needle.
Could you put spikes on my shoulder?
I am no blacksmith.
So tell me about these linings. What do they do for me, and how much do they cost?
Well,
I get bloody cold all the time, and I hate it.
we did get a shipment in from the coast a few days ago, so I do have some furs and, well, some whale blubber, both of which can be used to put inside of your outerwear there and will help insulate you from the cold.
How much will this cost?
Well, the fur lining, it comes from polar bears, and the blubber from the whales, both of which not easy to get. So for the fur lining, if we're talking labor and item costs, it's about 20 gold. The blubber, again, far more difficult to acquire. That will run you 50 gold. But I can assure you, they offer the utmost protection against the elements.
So if we brought you polar bear, it would just be 20 gold.
Well, I'd be honest, I don't know what I would do with a whole polar bear, but a pelt, maybe.
So, DM question. The fur lining and the blubber, what does this do for me other than make my jacket look nicer?
So each one of those adds an additional +5 to your frost checks.
Wow.
So if I, okay.
Well, I will have a set of crampons. I'll give 2 gold.
Okay. He takes it, and he has like a little locked drawer underneath his desk that he has a key around his neck. He takes it off, unlocks it, pulls the drawer out.
What's that key
drops
made
it
of?
in. Looks like just a regular, maybe iron key.
Good sir, do you have anything else that you... I feel like I interrupted you earlier. I got so excited about the fur lining. Anything else you have laying in the back that you just, want to get rid of? Don't care too much about? Do you have a bag that is endless?
Free stuff.
A bag that is endless.
Yes, I can just keep putting stuff in so I can keep shopping and shopping and shopping and never have to worry about running out of space.
Does it have endless money?
He looks over to Aramel and says, "Females in their shopping, am I right?"
You are right.
Well, I don't agree with that statement, but
He says, "I unfortunately don't believe that is a thing that exists. Well, I mean, I suppose
You say so.
with magic, just about anything's possible."
I make sure the crampons fit before we leave.
Okay.
What,
So he hadn't
what else you
grabbed
got?
him yet.
Oh,
So just for the sake of brevity here, anything that's on the adventuring gear in the
I already
player's
got
handbook.
everything I want. I want just rare stuff. Anything
Okay.
else rare?
I'll just save you the time. He does not have anything else rare. But he
Nothing
does
cool.
walk back in the back. He says, "I will grab your crampons, and I will be right back." And he looks around you and says, "Mr. Sandy, was it? Did you need some crampons as well?"
How much were they?
2 gold for the
No.
pair.
I'm good.
I want to walk over to Sandy. I think, am I standing next to Sandy? Sorry, I've got my notes out. No.
And
I'm
Sandy.
over,
you,
looking over Willzoo's shoulder.
little gnome, is there anything I can get for you?
I don't even hear him right now with what I'm writing at the moment.
Vilzu! Vilzu!
All right, fair enough.
What?
Do you need crampons? He's asking.
Wait, crampons. Crampons.
You know,
Food?
you put them on your foot and you don't slide on the ice.
Oh, no, I have those still.
You have already.
Yeah, the dumb big shoes we have to
You have
walk
snow
around in.
boots.
those are
No, those are
snowshoes.
different. Those are different.
But she just said you walk around on ice with them.
Ice,
So
not
you don't
snow.
slide, right?
Oh, nah, fuck that. I'm good at balancing.
All right, good luck to you.
Famous
Did you
last
fall
words.
last time?
Yeah.
I slipped. I didn't fall.
Sandy.
Yes.
Are you having money troubles? Do I need to buy your crampons for you?
You don't need to buy me crampons,
Are you
but
having money troubles?
I mean,
Okay,
after
that's all I need to hear.
after I give this, scam artist my 5 gold, I'll have a handful of gold. I've been buying way too much ale.
By a handful, you mean like 3 gold or
I wish.
I go back to writing.
does that you have no money. That's all I need to hear, thank you. I'm just calculating really quickly how much I am about to give up in money.
Gotcha. So
I
he,
say to
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I assume you're Harmon.
Ah, yes. My apologies. How rude of me. Yes, I am Harmon Lodge.
Harmon Lod.
At your service.
Well, we are Was, and we are the best ever.
Is it 10 silver and 1 gold? The conversion chart.
Yeah, 1 gold is 10 silver.
Oh, you're right. Yes, correct. 10 copper is 1 silver. 10 silver is 1 gold. 10 gold, 1 platinum. And he says, well, I will grab your crampons for you, and I will return shortly. And
I'll have
steps
this
back
when you get back.
through the doors. And you hear more kind of rustling, boxes being opened, things shuffled around back there.
Crampons, oils, pickaxe, wheat thrash.
Looking over Will's
Does everybody have
shoulder.
food?
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
good. Looking over Wilzu's shoulder. Wilzu, what are you writing down there?
Basically, I'm writing an adventurer guide. I figure if we're out here doing this shit, I may as well drop some tidbits of whatnot. This will be the 2nd book I've written.
How well did your first book do?
It's it might get some. It did really well. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's odd. Aren't we the first group you've actually adventured with?
Well, no. I didn't write this group with I didn't write this book with an adventuring group. I just, I noticed some shit going on and some nefarious stuff, and I wrote about it, and some people didn't like that, but had nothing to do with adventuring. This, however, this is much better. I'm already on chapter 3. I named it Adventure Lesson Number 3. Good smells don't always end well.
That's a pretty good chapter.
That's what I'm working on now. Mm-hmm.
I just kind of like roll my eyes and walk away.
Wilzu and Sucinda, both of you make a perception check. Wilzu, you do it with disadvantage, though.
I'm getting there slowly but surely.
I'm busy.
Okay.
Okay. Sin, you, as you're just sort of listening to this back and forth, you turn and that blackish, purplish rock on the table in front of you, on the desk there, just seems to sort of catch your eye. Just almost the way the light hits it a certain way, just you're not quite sure what it is, but it definitely just sort of catches your eye for a moment. And
I'll
it
add
looks
it to my list.
it looks like a somewhat dense piece of just raw stone, but it has like this purplish, almost like these purplish streaks that run through it a little bit.
Can I message Sin right now?
Sure.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? And I look at the stone.
That I would like to purchase this fine item, and it shall be mine exactly. I am having those exact same thoughts.
I don't know if purchase is what I meant.
I'll put my equipment up and finally get up and kind of brush myself off and start walking to the counter.
Harmon
But I
comes
agree,
back out
We should have it.
and says, was there something else you needed?
Yes, darling, question for you. I'm kind of going through my book to see what else is for shop here, but something caught my eye. This darling rock. How much would you like for it?
He looks down at the stone sitting on the desk and says, well, I'm afraid this is probably one of the few things in the shop that's not for sale.
Everything has a price, darling. What is it?
Not this, in particular. It's something I'm studying currently. Something that was brought to me, so that I could perhaps take a little bit closer look at it. They claimed it was Chardolin, but I'm not quite sure yet.
And what is that?
You a magic guy?
I don't know magic per se, but I have an eye for things, I guess you could say. Make a history check for me, Wilzu, and you can do so with advantage. Okay. So you know Chardalyn, just from your time in Candlekeep and reading, Chardalyn was known as, it was mainly used, it was like a stones basically, that had magical properties to them. They could store spells inside of them. And later, and they could be held in there indefinitely. And then once they were broken, that spell would sort of erupt out of the stone. But they hadn't been used very much historically, in your lifetime at least, ever since sort of jewel, other kind of magical gems with more sturdy construction became more readily available. Chardalyn was very, very brittle and very easy to break. So very much a great discovery for its time, but something that has not been used so much lately. But looking at this, it definitely you definitely sense some sort of magic about it. And it looks different than any of the drawings or pictures that you've seen of Chardalyn stones before.
I'll just stare at the rock for like 3 seconds, and then I'll look back at the shopkeeper and say, "You want me to tell you what it is?"
Sure. And he sort of leans over the counter and looks down at you.
Okay, let me have it for 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Well,
Yeah.
we'll be in here for what, 2 hours? We've
I'll
got
just
to wait
stand-
for our stuff to be made.
All right. And he grabs the stone and hands it to you.
All right, I hold it in my hand and I just start staring at it for a while. And in reality, I'm casting Identify as a ritual.
Nice.
Okay. So are you just standing there at the desk with it, or are you going to kind of sit somewhere?
I am just gonna stand here with it, like literally, like after you grab it.
Just looking at it. Okay. All right. So in the meantime, anything anybody else wants to do?
Yes, I have a list. I assume that you, I don't see it immediately out here, but some crossbow bolts.
Ah,
One
yes.
gold?
Yes. Yes, 1 gold. Yes, for a case of crossbow bolts.
Was that right? I think that's what I saw. I can't find it.
Yeah,
now.
it's.
And how many does that contain?
Excuse me. It holds up to 20 bolts. So you get
So
20 bolts, yeah.
20 bolt. I'm writing all this down so I can adjust my inventory accurately. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna still do some looking while everything's going on, but as of right now, I need 3 pairs of crampons, 1 for myself, 1 for my big friend, 1 for my little friend. I need 4 flasks of oil. I need 1 pickaxe. I need 4 wheat rations. I need fur lining for myself. I need the crossbow bolts. Yeah, that's all I've got for now.
And he says,
Let me make sure.
right, and you
Yes.
see him like fervishly like writing down as you're like just listing off all this stuff.
I guess you can
and
close early today, Harmon.
indeed I may. Well, all
I believe
right.
it's 33 gold that I owe you. Please verify for me. I believe so.
Yes, and you that and that, and you
8, 10,
carry the
12.
1. All right.
32, 33, yes, I believe 33.
Yes, 33 gold is correct.
Perfect. Here you are. Unless, do you want to just round down to 30 since I'm giving you so much business?
The 33.
30, is that right?
33.
Yes, 30 does begin with a 3. That's accurate. 30 gold.
He just looks at you with this blank stare.
30 gold.
So you may
33.
just be out 3 more.
33, here, fine, whatever.
He says, well, give me a moment. I'm going to go back and prepare the to repair your you prepare your jacket. Is that what the stone looks like in real life? Will's it?
Don't break his concentration.
Yeah, don't bring that. Yeah.
I take off my jacket to give to you.
You're taking off your jacket to give to who?
To the guy, so we can put my fur lining in.
Okay, so you want the fur lining. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, that was part of my list. Remember,
You went through it very, very quickly.
Okay, yes, let me slow down.
He takes it back. And you hear some more shuffling around movement. And about this time, about 10 minutes has passed, Will Zoo. And you are able to identify this. I'll tell you what all does identify reveal? Because I don't remember off the top of my head.
If this is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use it, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has, if any spells are affecting it, what those spells are, if the item was created by a spell, what spell created it, etc., etc.
Okay, so all of this knowledge just sort of assaults your mind at the end of this 11-minute period. And you see almost through a timeline, almost like quick flashes of events that have occurred. And you see a man in sort of wizard garb. Looks like the next flash was building a large tower, a great black tower, out of this kind of dark, hard material called known as the crystal shard, and he constructed it here in Icewind Dale. Eventually, you see that the tower was destroyed. And when it was, the magic that was used to create it fused with the surrounding ice to form what is now known as this new Chardolin. The material itself is not necessarily magical, but it is as strong as metal, but it is also considerably easier to work with than steel. And it looks like in the years that have passed, because this is over 100 years ago that this apparently happened, more deposits of this Chardolin have been found across Icewind Dale. But being that this Chardolin was created by the remnants of this tower, it is all infused, or suffused rather, with demonic magic. So there is this essence of darkness around it that just, as soon as you kind of realize this, you kind of feel this uneasy feeling in kind of the pit of your stomach. You get the feeling that prolonged exposure to something like this could have negative effects on somebody.
Once that vision fades and then I sense the demonic magic within it, I'll suddenly regain emotion in my face and just kind of say loudly, "Whoa, shit!" and just hold it away from me a bit.
If it's good, you shouldn't yell.
No, this has there's some demon magic in this thing.
You could get a better price if you say it's worthless.
Price? What are you talking about?
If you want it.
Do I want this? I'll look
That's
at
up to you. You're the one who says you're looking for power.
Hmm.
And I
Red
swear-
Panda, thank you for the sub, sir. Welcome back.
Awfully close to that mother bastard's type of magic, though. I don't know if I want to follow the same path. I at least got to tell Guy what he's got, and I'll just set it back on
Do
the
you
desk.
know what its good uses, though? What
So
uses it?
the other thing that you would have gained from that, you would know that this would make an ideal substance for anything like making like a wand or a staff or some sort of magical items. This stuff seems just as open to be absorption of magic than or just as absorbent to magic as the former Chardalyn that you knew of.
I'll look up at Aramil for a moment with my eyes narrowed and I'll just be looking at him, looking at his face like I'm thinking.
Is there something you need to tell me? I'll message.
Oh, you're talking in my head?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should lie about this or not.
Is there good power in this?
Well, this thing can be used to create a magical item, but it's infused with demonic energy, so there's a potential risk with that. Yeah, it's a risk I'm all about, but, you know, I'm not going to be a dick about it.
Well, as they say, buy low and sell high. But this is on you. You're the one who knows it.
I found out some more weird stuff about this. I'll I'll tell everybody in a bit, too. I'll just set it back on the desk.
I'm terribly embarrassed to ask this, but I need some help.
Yes, Sucinda?
My bag's too heavy now. I've been shopping too much. I can't carry it.
What do you
I'm
need
over
carried?
capacity. Well, I think the easiest thing to do here, someone can take my new pick that I bought in case if we need to climb up some ice later. And then maybe if I give somebody, say, 4 torches, then I should be fine. I mean, I'll be very close, but I'll be fine.
I can take your pick.
I don't want any torches.
Well, I don't bloody need them, but, actually, they were helpful, to blow fire, with the oil and, Nobody will take the, nobody take...
I got your
help
pick.
carry
I took
something.
your pick. I got your pick.
I was
Thank
just
you.
making sure that my capacity was high enough, and it is. It most definitely is.
Now,
Now,
Wilson.
you in the dark, though, can you?
I cannot.
Okay, how
Unless
about
I
I
use
give you
this lantern.
5, then? I give you 5 torches.
Okay.
So that's that, and then you said you'll take my pick. Let me remove this from my inventory. Perfect. Ah, perfect.
Good. I have
I can
25
walk again.
torches.
Now, Wilzu, with this, I say out loud, with this item, we can maybe fix someone's vision problem.
I am not a fan of lying. However, I love exaggerated truths. And I eagerly wait for the shopkeep to return.
I don't know if fusing a demonic thing with my eyes would pay off well for anybody if the demon.
What are you
took over.
talking about? Nobody said anything about demonic, Sandy.
Holy shit.
Not
my
me,
food is
not
what's so
anybody.
My food is what's so heavy. You just
I have
bought
14
you just bought like 14 bags of frozen chicken nuggets.
Hell yeah.
I have 14
Dinosaurs.
days of rations.
You got some some dino nuggets.
It's literally the heaviest thing I have. It's 28
Sim-
pounds.
Sin, I can carry up to 300 more pounds of stuff with this sheer muscle.
Wow.
We have a pack mule.
Definitely will have to give you literally everything I buy going forward.
I can
because-
carry a total of 510 pounds.
Have you heard the story of Katamari Damacy? You just throw everything on it after we wheel you around.
Harmon walks
You
out
just-
and says, "I have not heard that, but it certainly
You just
sounds
carry
interesting.
everything.
A man that
carries
can
it
carry
all.
everything.
Quite a bit.
Kata Mari?
You have to pay. It's not for free.
I'll be honest, I don't know what you're speaking of, but he looks
Oh,
down and
Gesundheit.
sees that you have your wits about you again, Wilzu, and says, I didn't get your name, gnome.
It's Wilzu Snapplegap, and call yourself lucky that I'm here today.
And he sort of kneels down and looks you eye to eye and says, "Did you find out anything about the stone?"
Indeed, I did. And I put a very worried expression on my face as I look at the stone. That stone indeed has something to it, something magical, and I hate to say, something a little demonic. Such a possession can bring about a lot of misfortune and potentially corrupt its surroundings. It would be foolish to hold on to something like this.
So it is Chardalin then. It is.
I'll nod at him.
Interesting. I've heard of people finding more deposits of this around Icewind Dale. And perhaps that's... well, never mind. No, I won't bother you with that. I appreciate, you letting me know this. I will let the owner know that this is something he needs to watch carefully.
I have to ask, who is the owner of this?
Just a, gentleman who frequents the shop. Just a local commoner named, William.
He doesn't use magic or anything of the sort?
No, he found this. Well, and I guess, truth be told, his home was broken into and ransacked, and he felt like perhaps that this is what they were looking for, because he had just found it on a journey from Bryn Shander to here, and, they didn't take anything. They just broke in, ransacked the place, and luckily he just had it on him when he was out in the town, so he believed that this held a little bit more value than what he imagined, and brought it to me to see if I could figure out what that was. And you have indeed helped, but to be honest, and he kind of leans over the counter, there's been quite a few break-ins recently around East Haven, and I'm sure, as you know, pickpocketing is legal here, but burglary is most certainly not.
More break-ins.
Someone is looking for more of this Chardalin.
Where's William's abode? I would like to have words with him.
It's down the road, but I believe he has once again departed for Bryn Shander. He is a trader, but he should be back here in probably the next few days. That's why he left this here with me.
I shake my head.
How deplorable! Thinking of thievery, taking other stuff. And I kind of like look away.
He says, yes, there's been burglaries, people's homes broken into, shops broken into, and really no trace of, or evidence of, who's been doing it, with the exception of early one morning, the guard got there quick enough and they found some footsteps leading away from the abode, and eventually they were covered in snow and they lost track, but it seemed as though there were 2 or 3 sets of footprints.
Huh. The guard captain did not say anything of this when we saw him. Or if he did, I forgot.
Not exactly something that, and please, no offense here, it's not something that I would assume the guard captain would readily reveal to outsiders. Perhaps he may even be looking at you as suspects. I don't know. I can't speak for the captain, but...
I mean, we did break into someone's area of living, so to speak, twice, so...
Wait, what?
The hag, guys, the hag. It was a joke. Okay.
Hag?
Right.
You mean to tell me there's a hag now, too? What in God's name is going on?
Somewhere on the lake, but we'll kill her tomorrow. Hopefully.
You're going to kill the hag?
All of us. That's
Well,
why we need the crampons.
Suppose
It's
I
a bloody
should...
shame I didn't get to discounts.
Well, if that's what's been killing the fishermen, I suppose that makes sense. I will more than happily give you a discount if you are able to kill the hag.
I can come back and get some money back. Please tell me how much money,
That's-
precisely.
I don't think
Doesn't
that's how
work for
this
past
count works.
transactions, I'm sorry. But
So
just
you
know
mean
you
to
will be
tell
in my
me
good
that I
favor.
spent 33
Do you offer warranties that I can trade in and upgrade?
Yes, the
Some kind of protection.
yes.
I
yes.
don't exactly run a large business here. So,
Or like accidental
no.
damage from handling. Say an evil hag cuts open my jacket. You will do free repairs for life.
Or
GSP?
I did.
discounted. This episode brought to you by Best Buy.
He says, no, unfortunately not. I must make money for my time and my wares. I have a family to support. I will indeed give you a discount if you are able to take care of the hag, but you must do so and survive, obviously, to make good on that.
Perfect. Will do.
You'll excuse my skepticism, as this town in general is not known for people being 100% forthright all the time. And
What?
this is my first time, and he looks at all of you, meeting all of you. A pleasure as it may be. If you will give me just a while, I will step into the back, and I will take care of your garments for you. And he picks up the stone off of the counter and puts it in a pouch and kind of cinches it and then proceeds to nod at you and says, as he goes to open the door, he says, "You're welcome to stay here and stay warm in the shop, or whatever you'd like. I should be done here in about, let's say an hour or so." And then he proceeds to walk into the back room.
I say in a whisper, the nerve of him to say we are lower people in a town that has legal pickpocketing.
Tug on Aramel's pant leg and just start pointing at my head.
Yes, sir.
I think he wants you to talk to him.
I sent a message. Yes, sir.
Hey, you should totally come and rob this place later.
I kind of look at Sin and just like, well,
You have two buffoons that have no idea what they have in their possession. We can make way better use of it.
I don't want to say that that's your fault, but
Like, I tried exaggerated truths. I even told him demonic magic. He gave 2 flying fucks. So he's an ignorant buffoon.
the way you said that, it made it sound like it was true. Is that true?
It is true.
Oh,
It was-
well, then you should have said something else. You should have said, if you use this, it makes flowers or something. Something not as exciting.
Well, he did say there were a lot of break-ins for this stuff, so what's one more, right?
What? Well, I was trying to imply to him we could maybe fix that issue. You know. I'm not trying to say, like, we're the baddies, but I think we would be the baddies then if we started to break into people's houses. And then I, like,
So you
kind of
want to
look
rob?
over the doors and see how far away he is. Can I see back? Can I see back there?
No, the doors are closed.
They're fully closed. It's not like
Yeah.
saloon doors. Like it's.
Yeah, they're actual doors, yeah. Full-fledged doors.
Well, I'm just gonna go sit over here against the wall. I say out loud, and then I just kind of like quietly, just look back here, see what's going on.
So back there, you see just a couple of chairs. There's a large, kind of oversized under drawer with a big lock on it there. And let me make a roll here real quick. Okay. From the back, you hear a voice sort of halfway muffled through the wall, say, "I would very much appreciate it if you did not rob me. Thank you." And looking at the walls, they look pretty thin.
I immediately just remark on whatever's on this table.
So that's there's a couple of empty flasks, as well as quite a few flasks of oil.
I say out loud, "If we need some flask, I'll remember to buy them here. From our good friend Harmon," I say very loudly.
You don't hear anything else from the back. But looking at the wall, they are actual full-fledged wooden doors, but they're not perfect, and the wall is just wood. So the outside of the building is kind of rock and then wood on the inside. This particular interior wall just seems to be kind of wood and kind of wooden planks next to each other. All right,
Go
ahead.
A message will soon. "Well, I was hoping to not, kill people, if that's what you're worried about."
No, don't kill anybody.
But then, if he sees us, is that something you're okay with?
Well, it's not something I want you to do now either. It's come back later when everyone's asleep, a good old B&E when you're in disguise.
It's a damn shame that we haven't seen old William. I could make myself appear as him and say, "Oh, I need my rock back." Ah.
Wait, you can look like someone else?
Well, yes. Yes. Yes.
Well then, this is wonderful information to know just now.
It's a shame I've never laid eyes on him to know how to transform my being.
I know the world's ending and all, but anyways.
So, in the time remaining, while he repairs your gear and infuses, go ahead.
Can you create an illusionary thing? You could maybe say, "Oh, may I see the rock one more time?" And then do a sleight of hand and trick it with the other one that you've created. And then you give him the fake, you keep the real. You want this rock, yes?
I can, but it's not tangible. Meaning, if touched, it's just, right through.
Bloody shame. Okay, just an idea. I'll go back.
Have fun with it, though. I can make a copy of almost anything.
And it looks good.
Well, I think it does. And I'll look at Aramil. And do you have a sword on your side or a rapier?
I got a dagger.
I'll look at that dagger and I'll just aim at the floor and I'll cast Minor Illusion. And the little dagger is now laying on the ground.
Did we see what he did with the...
He took it. He pocketed it.
Oh, it's in his pocket?
Yeah, it's in a little bag, pouch.
I see.
Well, that does look like a dagger for sure. So you can make things appear and you can look like other people?
Well, sorta. It's really difficult with the other people because, for instance, if I were to create an illusion over myself, I could look like someone else, but it'd be like a freeze frame. Like I'd go...
No, Sin can look like somebody else.
Oh, her.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm good with my swift hands. Wow. I'm sure we'll come up with something that we can use our talents. And if it goes wrong, Sandy can rip them in half.
You just see him like a vein sort of pops out of his forehead. Okay, so in the remaining hour or so, is there anything particular anybody wants to do? If not, we can go ahead and fast forward.
Nope.
Okay. So we'll say another hour goes by, and right this down. Another hour goes by, and you're just sort of hanging out there in the shop, and Harmon comes out with two like heavy coats and lays them across the counter and says, well, the job is done. Miss Sucinda, Mr. Sandy, please come on and try them on. And Sandy, as you approach, he hands you your big, giant, oversized, heavy coat. And as you put it on, you look at it, and it almost, I mean, it looks as good as new. It like, you can see a slight seam where the damage took place, but it feels really tight, taut. It feels every bit as thick and well made as it was when it was brand new.
I'm gonna do a couple flexes. Make sure I can pose with it a little bit. Doesn't rip when I show my massive guns.
Nope, it seems to hold up just fine.
I guess this is some quality work.
I do appreciate that. That means a lot. Any adventurers that come in here, they've seen their fair share of danger and probably treasure, so that is a true compliment. I appreciate that, friend. And he looks over to you, Sin, and as he lays it on the counter, he sort of opens it up on the inside. You got the fur lining, correct? Mm-hmm. So now on the inside, there's this thick white kind of fur that just perfectly lines the inside of the entire coat. And when you put it on, it just feels like your coat is just hugging you almost.
Darling, this is simply delightful, worth every gold it was worth. Thank you so much.
Indeed, it is my pleasure. And I appreciate your patronage here at Harmon's General, and if there's anything else I can ever get for you, I'm more than happy to do what I can.
Sir, may I ask you a question before we leave?
Indeed.
I just wanted to discuss a certain matter that I think you should be aware of. Your
Right.
good friend William, his house was broken into because of the stone in which you now possess. I might suggest that you don't just leave it out, because whoever would come and probably, kill you for it, yes?
Possibly. I
You just
guess
had
you're
it on
right.
display here just for anybody to see, so my thought is just that you may have made yourself a target for the killer or the breaker-in or whoever has been wanting the stone. Now, may I suggest to you, I know your friend is out of town. If you would like a group of, adventurers like ourselves who are used to fighting, we could hold the stone for your friend, so that you do not have to face this burden of knowing that you are in possession
Yes, how convenient.
He
of the sought
sort
after
of
stone.
he sort of
I'd
smiles
like to
and
try and persuade him.
make a persuasion
I'm
check
selling it.
with disadvantage.
Persuasion with disadvantage.
Wow.
He says,
Sir, I'm just
um,
looking out for your own well-being. Please, sir, just really think about it,
Well,
I
see,
hate for a kind man like yourself, who is just so talented in everything you do. That's just a lot of stress that you might undergo, and I'd hate to think of the stress that it may be causing you.
I suppose that makes sense.
Yes, darling.
mean-
And if your friend William comes back, just say, "Oh, no worries, sir. My adventuring friends, Was, they have it, and, it's fine. It's fine. I wanted it in safe hands. I was just being the best person ever, protecting your stone for you."
I just don't. That's
No, you do. Yes, you do.
that's
I
a
know.
that's a fair. That's a fair assumption. It's not mine to give, but you
Well,
make a
really,
good
it
point.
wasn't
But at the same
William's to
time, you
give.
said that
He
you're going
found
to
it.
fight a hag, and then the hag might
maybe
get
it's-
it.
Oh, never. Never. That would mean
Wilzu,
she
I
would
don't
have to
think this
kill
is
us.
gonna work.
We're alive. Right? Trust me. An old bitter hag. I mean, really. It's fine. It's fine, darling. It's fine.
And he sort of looks down at the pouch on his side and kind of puts his hand on it and says,
It's really just a burden.
I'm-
You should just give it to us.
I'm sorry. I must hold on to it for William.
Do you need to, though? Really?
You make a very, very compelling argument, but I must hold on to it.
Lucinda, I think Wilzu's about to shoot himself in here of boredom.
No, I'm not about to. And while I'm talking, I'm going to barely lift my finger at that pouch and cast catapult on it and fling it to the side of the shop hard so it rips off its belt.
Okay, and it goes absolutely just flying and just crashes into a crate on the side, and you hear Harmon go, "My God!"
Oh,
The moment that happens, I
oh
want
my goodness.
the demonic energy. That's what I was talking about.
It is a cursed item. Oh my goodness. You're surely to
Wow.
be found out with it.
Oh, I'm in full surprise. Holy shit.
All right. Fine. You can hold on to it, but it's not
Should we?
yours.
Should
It's
we?
not.
We?
It's not yours. You must bring it back. It belongs to William.
It belongs to wherever it jumps to, it looks like.
I mean,
That thing seems
I-
to have a mind of its own.
I cannot
Yeah, I
speak.
think you can hold on to it.
I've had it for 2 days, and it hasn't done anything like that.
The energy must be building within it. The evil presence.
Are you sure that you would want to take this?
It'd honestly be a burden to us, but I think I could keep it safe. I can keep it from doing any harm, like, and I'll look at the damage it just caused. Like this again.
Right.
Yes, Wilzu is a magic user. He has magic barriers he could put around it. Catching on.
Well, I suppose. And he sort of walks past you, Sin, over to the crate where it went into, and he reaches in and pulls out the satchel, the little pouch, and grabs it and walks back over to you, Wilzu, and kneels down again and sort of reaches out to hand it to you and says, "Promise me you will bring this back. Again, it's not mine to give, but at the same time, I can't have some sort of demonic rock destroying my store."
Right, hold on. And as before I take it, I reach in my pouch and take out a small pouch of sand, take a little bit and just lightly sprinkle it on top of it, and look very, very serious while I'm doing it. And just slowly grab
Wow.
it, put it in the bag with the sand.
Wow, that's
While this was going on,
that's
can I have
impressive.
created a sound like it's
Oh
hard
my-
to describe, but just like almost like a high pitch, and then it just kind of crescendos down, like, oh, it's been, it's safe for now.
It's powering down. Sure. And you see him just sort of wide-eyed.
Yes.
And he looks at everybody and says, "Well,
When will he
Is
be
there-
back?
I'm not sure. Generally, he's gone for a few days, and when he takes his journey to Bryn Shander, sometimes he goes further west to Targos or Bremen, but I believe he was just going to Bryn Shander for a day or two, so I imagine, yes, in the next couple days he should be back."
We'll be sure to check back with you when we're done with the hag. Hag.
Right. I do wish you luck on that, and hopefully your repaired and fortified gear will assist you in that. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Well, I think we're quite done, right?
The sooner we get going, the better. And I'll put the pouch of sand away.
He walks back. and he says, again, I appreciate you for, and he is looking at you, Aramil, saying, and he says, for not robbing me.
Yes, we are not thieves. We would never take items that are not wholly ours to own.
He sort of tilts his head back and looks at you and says, right, of course.
I mean, we paid for what we bought.
Well, if there's anything
I wanna
else you need.
Tuck my coin bag back.
Okay.
Throwing it.
And nods at you all and says, well, safe journeys, friends.
Wilzu and Sandy, you did get your crampons, right? You collected them from the desk?
Wait, I have crampons now?
I bought you some, yes. I bought you some.
Oh, snap, freebie! And I'll just grab them.
Well, I surely appreciate it, Sin.
Oh, no problem. No worries at all.
Yes, we should prepare for our hag.
Okay,
Okay,
so
well, goodbye, darling. Thank you so much for everything.
he waves to you and says, and again, thank you for your business. Come back to Harmon's General anytime.
Yes, we'll do. Goodbye.
Should we go back to the inn?
I forget, did we need to rest or did we already rest?
So you took
We
a
need to be
long
here
rest.
for 24 hours, right?
But you would, if you want to like get all of your health back, because you have all your hit dice back and all of your spell slots back, but you're not fully healed. You need to spend one more night in town to do so.
What time is it?
Right now it's about noon.
Would we have been able to short rest in that shop while that hour was going by to spend a hit die?
Yeah.
Do y'all want to do that?
When will I get my hit die back, though?
When we long rest.
So again, just as a refresher, I know it's been a couple weeks since we've played, but a short rest is an hour of light activity. You don't even have to sleep, and it allows you to use your hit die. Long rest is 6 hours, 3 of which need to sleep, 3 of which is light activity. And in the first 3 hours, you get your spell slots back. And after the second 3 hours, you lose 1 level of exhaustion, and you get half of your hit die back. And a full rest is everything. You get everything back. Full health, full hit die, full spell slots, everything. And that's 24 hours in a safe haven, so a town or someplace where where there is not a worry in the world about potentially being interrupted.
So we got in about 2 in the morning, so if we got some rest and left, then that would be about a day here.
So is that a recommendation or is that what you want to do, Aramil? Say it with your chest.
I say it with my lungs every time.
That's a non-answer. Cindy, what do you want to do?
Yeah, we should rest and then we leave in the morning.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Wilzu. 2 matters before we proceed on with other people. 1.
Uh-huh.
I think that we should each receive 1 health potion in which you are in possession of the 5. Whoever needs quantity 2, they should keep, but I think each of us should have quantity 1. So if we got to where we're about to die, then you can glug glug. Everyone is self-sufficient, they can heal themselves.
Sure, you want it now?
First matter of business. Sure, we can give out now, yes. Second matter of business. Vilzu, I think you need to keep the rock somewhere that people cannot easily pickpocket you or take from your bag or something. You know, as I am keeping them within my chest, my gold, you should keep somewhere safe. Whether you want to strap it to your being, I don't know. But so that maybe whoever is the potential thief who is after this item it is more difficult for them to take from you unknowingly.
Right now, it's in a bag of sand.
We should keep moving.
Okay.
I like nod to the door.
I'll give everyone a potion as we are walking.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, everybody gets one health potion.
Was there any other stores we would like to visit?
Nah, I'm good.
Because I would like to day drink my psychological problems of everything we've encountered recently, and then pick up tomorrow for the hag.
I think I'd be good just chilling at the end. Which, if y'all want to go hang out in town, you can. But I'm gonna go mentally prepare for tomorrow.
Inside is warm.
To the end then.
All right, so we're heading back to the White Lady.
To the White Lady.
Okay.
Once we're 100 feet or so away, I say to Wilzu, I start clapping. Wilzu, that is how you do it. I am very proud of you. A non-violent, thievery way of fleecing an item. Very, very well done.
Wait, Wilzu did that?
Sin and I were hands off the throttle, if you will.
Yes.
That was all Wilzu. Very impressive.
So wait, the rock the rock didn't just do that on its own?
I'm afraid not, Sandy. That was all my doing.
I was shocked. I was shocked at first, but after a second I picked up what Wilzu was doing.
I had not a clue. I thought the rock really just, didn't like that Wilzu figured it out and was trying to dip.
I mean, in a sense, the rock did move like that.
Well, hopefully it aids us in some way or another. Unfortunately, it's out of hands of those who would have no use for it.
Right. We need to tell that guy who brought it in that he does not need it.
We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there.
Right.
Maybe it will make you as strong as your brother, Wilzu. And I aggressively pat him on the back.
Hard flinch when he says that and hits me. It's like a double flinch.
Bartabin sees you walk in, Sandy. Ah, Sandy Ravage. Welcome back. Is your... Oh, yep, there they are. Where's your tiefling friend?
I think she's enjoying the snow at the moment, which I don't understand how anybody could.
Maybe chatting with her male companion she has come across.
Male
I'm
companion?
coming. I'm coming back. I'm coming.
Well, I'm sorry to say for her, the only room we have left, you will all be sharing, so take with that what you will.
We'll take the room as usual.
Right. Well, you're taking it for the night. That'll be 4 gold. And I'll be happy to let you know I have taken your advice, and we now offer food here at the White Lady.
We have gone from a 2-star to a 3-star resort.
We are ever trying to improve our services, and we always take the feedback. You will also find survey forms on your pillows, and you will drop them off here at the desk on your way out tomorrow, and we take everybody's feedback very seriously, as we are always trying to better ourselves here at the White Lady. Now, if you would like the food package, it's an additional 5 silver per person that pays for your food and drink for the evening.
How many drinks?
Right, yes, good question.
Each one is included with 2 drinks. If you would like some more, I can put in a special request, but that will come at an extra cost of 2 silver per drink.
So are you saying I get 2 snack credits and then a sit down? Is this what I'm hearing? How many snack? Give me a snack credit, sit down service. What am I looking at?
Well, we are
with the guide. Come on.
We are not quite as organized as Dalt Wisney over in Targos, but
Yes.
I just made that name up, but credits! That's a great idea. Please, leave that on the comment card. Drop it in the box on your way out tomorrow.
Would I be able to substitute food for more drink?
Unfortunately, no, we have an agreement with the Wet Trout. They provide a certain ratio of food and drink for what we pay them, but I can order additional beverages for you.
Did anybody pay, or is everybody?
Well,
Did anybody pay?
I was
All right.
going
Well,
to-
yeah, it'll be good.
I was
Wilson
going
just
to
like
say-
waddled. He was like, well,
I
was
left
going
7
to-
gold on the desk.
you left what?
7 gold on his
Okay.
desk.
Oh, Vilzu, I was going to
Whoa,
contribute,
whoa.
but never mind.
Well then,
Perfect. Just
I
walk
guess
away,
we'll
walk
have
away.
a
Nothing
room
to see
and
here.
food, a bed and breakfast, if you will.
Enjoy your stay as always. Your room is the same one as before. It has been cleaned and made for you.
Now I have an idea. What about themed rooms, like plumbing or nighttime, or along those lines?
Oh, we lost
Oh no,
camera for.
there
There
we
he
go.
is.
Don't know what happened. Caught up in my thoughts.
I'm
He
trying
says.
to rack my brain.
He says, well, that's good ideas. Again, leave them on the comment cards, and we will look at them post haste. All right, so.
I say a
Huh?
thievery goodbye and leave.
He gives you kind of a few symbols with his hands before just nodding at you and sitting back down in his chair.
No.
So, for the remainder of, well, let me ask you this: how long are we wanting to rest here? Do we want to go all the way until like 7 in the morning tomorrow?
No, I want to try and make some money. I spent a lot of money. I want to make some money. I need to look up really quick, unless if Jonathan, you remember from my past. Do I not possess 10 vials in which I can sell?
We will take a look at that. But in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take a quick break. We'll take a 15-minute break, and we'll be back and pick up right here and head back to the Hag Caves and see what happens. So, everybody who's watching, hang tight with us. We will be back shortly and pick up right here. If you're new with us, again, hang tight. If you're enjoying the stream, give us a follow. Subscribe if you want to support the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you here in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being patient with us. We were able to take the time we needed to take the time we need to do the things we needed to do. There we go. We got our refills. We're refreshed. I feel good. I feel like the party maybe feels less good about what they're about to dive into, but we'll see. That being said, let's jump back into it. In the middle of the night, a couple of you were, I'll say actually everyone except for Sandy was sort of stirred when Sucinda kind of came in a little bit later than everybody else. But you all managed to get some sleep, uninterrupted, and you all gain the benefits of a full rest. You get all of your health back, all of your hit die back, all of your spells back. You are as good as new, as is your armor. Everything is on the up and up. So you are now kind of fluttering awake. Your eyes are fluttering open as it's about 7 a.m.
I would like to stash my
do?
coin. But before, is everybody doing all right on money?
Who's eating chips right now at 7 in the morning?
No, it's Bachthans. It's my ration for the day. Oh, no, maybe we have a breakfast.
Kira likes to
Inside. I can't open it clearly, so.
Kira likes to eat
for food.
Kira likes to eat dog treats for snacks.
So does Shaggy. I know
We're on the meal plan.
That's true.
Yes, this
Sure.
is my snack credit.
Everybody, make sure to fill out your comment cards before you leave.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I get up, stretch my little arms and legs, and just walk for the door. I'm going to go get my food wherever in the world that
Vilzu,
may
wait,
be.
Vilzu,
Yep.
Vilzu, wait.
What's up? Good morning.
I did some
Yeah.
business last night.
Oh.
What kind
So I
of
was-
business? Intrigue.
I spent a lot of money yesterday. I have a, you could call a side hustle.
Okay. Mhm.
So I was just wanting to know, does everybody have, Sandy, I feel like you might need some coin in case you need to buy something.
I don't like owing people money.
Would not be, we are part of a group, so
That's why
I
we
would like
take it
to-
from others.
no comment. Everybody have enough pocket coin before we head out, before I stash my money.
I'm good.
Speak now.
I mean, I'm good to go fight a hag.
I should be good. If I need anything, I'll talk to you.
Okay.
What kind of hustle? We can talk and we can walk and talk.
Okay.
As you walk out, the scent of like fresh like grilled sausage sort of assaults your nostrils, and you go out and you see a new table out in the
Hell yeah.
in the area that just has like sausage links laid out on it. Just seems like a couple people around the fire are enjoying some sausages.
I'll take two. Eat one and just hold the other.
You double fisting sausages.
Mm-hmm. Meet in the morning.
Yeah.
Sandy, as you approach the doorway, that smell of just smoked meat just assaults your senses violently.
I grabbed
Nothing
one as
assaults
well.
me this violent other than my past career.
Wow. Yes, what an upgrade.
Do I see the ale or the breakfast mimosas?
Yeah,
Yes,
there is drink as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Take-
I'm gonna hold both mugs in one hand
Maybe
and
we should get
sausages in the other.
should we get a road beer or road mimosa?
A road
A
ale.
roadie is like what my cousin likes to
Roadie.
call them.
Ah.
I will grab a roadie.
Grab a roadie.
Grab some food.
I hope my Tesla's pulling up to the front.
Our Uber should be here in 10 minutes.
Hey, Bartman.
Ah, good morning. And how was your evening?
It was great.
It was good. It is a good day to die.
I left my card in the room.
You look refreshed.
No, I'll
Comment card
just
is all
nod
filled
out.
out.
And,
Baltimore, I hope that you will see this comment card as being very uplifting.
I hope so. The door opens behind you, and you see Ronaldo,
This
the
little
halfling, step
Oh,
through the
God.
doors and greet you all. And he says, "Oh, well, you're still here. It's good to see you. How are you doing after
We were just leaving.
everything that happened? Just leaving? Right."
Yes, we have a full day's list.
Bartman says, "Ronaldo's here to entertain the rest of the. But I'll tell you what, Ronaldo, just go in there and set up. Start playing your music." And he says, right. Yes. No problem." And as he exits through the doors there and heads back into the main room, Bartman says, "He's got quite a bit of debt to work off from all the damage he did in the storage room. Broken
yes.
windows? Are you kidding me? I give this man one evening in the storage room and he breaks everything."
You
Yes.
know, ghosts and whatnot.
Ghosts.
Well-
right.
And I'll just start walking out the exit.
Well, I'm sure we'll be back in a day or so.
Indeed. I hope to
I wrote
see
a
you well.
glowing review.
You left a
Yes.
glowing review?
Same,
Yeah.
on my comment card.
This establishment is quite honestly one of the finest I've ever been. The keeper, Baltabin, is simply delightful.
Well, bye,
Well-
Bartabin.
You all be safe, and yes, the White Lady, we strive to be the finest establishment in East Haven. Alright, so what are we doing?
Heading to the docks. Getting
Okay.
the boat.
Alrighty. So as you head down to the docks of East Haven,
Watching pockets.
you see at this point it's probably about 7:30 in the morning. So it's right at dawn. You see the light sort of start to illuminate the clouds that are thick overhead. Everything's still gray, and the aurora that glimmers in the sky through the night begins to fade. And you see probably, 20 to 30 people making their way through the streets as you make your way to the docks. And you see plenty of footprints in the snow leading to and from different docks and different buildings and everything as you find your way out to the dock where your boat is currently tied. Even though it's not tied because the water's there, it's literally just sort of sitting on top of the ice, but still tied to the dock itself.
All right. It's time to do the long haul, right? Untie the boat and walk the lake till we hit water.
Yep.
Okay.
We will.
I guess we all know who's actually pulling the boat.
No disagreement.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and just do a quick fast forward here then, and about you head out onto the icy, frozen over lake, pulling the boat behind you there, and a couple hours go by, and you find yourself at the edge of the ice where the actual physical water itself sort of meets the ice there. And you push the boat out onto the water, and all of you hop in, and you start rowing. Another hour passes until you find yourselves at the cave openings again. So it's about 10:30 in the morning when you find yourself with you're still in the water, but you just see the caves in the distance.
I want to get my crampons on.
Same.
I'll put some crampons on.
Okay.
Since
Anything?
I'm rowing, I can't stop. Put my crampons on, so I'll wait till I get closer.
Like glide. We glide in.
While making it a point to say it out loud that I'm rowing, so I can't put my shoes on at the moment.
Sandy, would you like me to grab the oar for you? I mean, we
Oh,
can
I've
just
got it. Don't worry now. We're almost here.
Or what? Am I right?
I try to rock the boat a little bit to make him fall out.
He's pretty quick to grab onto the edges. He seems pretty well acquainted with being on the water. It doesn't seem to bother him in the slightest.
No Dramamine needed. Unlike real life, huh?
This is why we're make believing right now. So about 10:30, the light is about as bright as it's gonna get, but still everything for the sake of mechanics is considered sort of dim light. A few more minutes pass and you find yourself shoring up onto the edge of the ice where it's now frozen over and the cliffs stand before you, looking in front of you about 80 feet up. It's where the top of this plateau seems to form. Everybody go ahead and make a... You know what? No. I'm not even going to call a perception check for this. This is just really obvious. When you pull up to the caves, you see all the openings there in the cliffside. You see the main route that you went in before, with the frozen river sort of feeding out into Loch Denishire there. However, it is completely caved in with large stones. So you see the three cave openings, one of which being about 20 feet up, the other being about 30 feet up in front of you. But the one you've been using thus far looks to have been caved in somehow.
We weren't going that way anyways.
What about that one over there? And I'll point to the left.
This one?
No, that's right. This is left. If we're facing everything.
Yeah, but this one's like lower up.
No, I
It's
guess
not
that's
as high
true.
up.
It'll be easier to climb, but it's awfully close to that ship path we took.
We could go left to right. Nothing wrong with that.
And somebody did just so happen to buy a second pick, so maybe it will be easier for us to climb. I mean, no big deal or anything, but...
How sheer are these walls?
So they're fairly sheer, but so you've all got your crampons on, but
Yeah.
even without those, there is a fairly decent amount of handholds. So even without them, you would be able to climb them fairly easily, even without a check.
Cool. I feel better about the crampons. Well, let's go this way, shall we?
So we're heading up to the northernmost entrance.
Sandy, are you coming?
Sorry, I have to get my shoes on before I start getting out of the boat and walking.
Should we let Sandy take point this time?
Sure. I mean, Sandy, are you up to it?
That's fine with me if we're not going for much of a sneaky path.
That's failed us twice.
Okay, I walk in with hammer out.
Not by my fault.
All right, I guess I will go ahead
I
and
just
start
mutter
climbing.
under my breath. We just have to find more of the... We just have to keep going just a little bit. Maybe it'll be more safe. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, we didn't know.
I guess I'll go ahead and climb up.
Okay, yeah, and slowly but surely you manage to kind of find your handholds and pull yourself up, using your crampons on your feet to kind of help elevate you. But you, after probably just a couple minutes, find yourself 30 feet higher and standing now in the entrance to a winding cave tunnel that just, you hear the sound of just howling wind, sort of.
Even though it was easy, I'd like to throw a rope down just to give everyone an extra hand because they're not all as athletic as Mr. Sandy Ravage.
It's true.
I'll climb up.
I will follow behind.
And I will be last.
Now I will sneakily like blend into the cave wall. I want to be as quiet and unassuming as possible.
Well, so looking around in this cave hallway, you can see that the ceilings are about 30 feet high, and there is just ice all over the place. The floors, the walls, the ceiling, it all just has this thin layer of ice. But you're able to traverse it pretty easily with your crampons. So,
Unnotch an arrow.
the wind that seems to blow through there just sort of howls with this bone-chilling noise, almost like a moaning crone. It sort of blows your hair back a little bit every now and again.
Who, before we get too far in, who will be leading the way? I would like to bless them.
A message.
Sandy, did you say you or Aramel? I couldn't quite hear.
I will.
Sandy. And I kind of like pat him on the back. You've got this, man. No big deal. And so he has advantage on dexterity checks for 1 hour.
Thank you.
Sneaky, sneaky. You're welcome.
I'm already pretty athletic, but I feel that this will help me double up on that.
Man, that must be nice. I like sulk.
I don't know if there's supposed to be music or anything right now, but I hear silence. Anyone else hear silence?
Silence.
Silence. It's deadly quiet.
Do you hear
Eerie.
this?
We heard that.
I hear that, yeah.
Okay, let me stop and play again. Hold on.
Aramel, if you want the blessing in 1 hour, I will give it to you instead, okay? You just let me know.
Now I hear something.
I kind of look back. So there's a fork.
Pick it up.
I ball my fist. Take a deep breath.
Do you want me to pick it up?
We can either go left or we can go right. What are y'all thinking?
Well,
I like do this left to the left without a word.
Okay. I'm assuming you've talked to everybody, so I just go left.
I shake my head, but I still have my arrow notch, just like.
Okay, so as you enter this area of the cave, you notice a large hollow cavern. Just dark, and the wind is sort of whipping around in here, almost in a circular motion. One thing you definitely notice, though, is that this cave has some sort of ancient stick figure drawings that are carved into the northern wall.
Huh.
So, doesn't look like there's anything in here other than obviously the drawings.
Can I look at the snow in front of Sandy in between the drawings and him? And does it look like any of it's uneven at all?
It looks pretty even, as it's not really so much snow as it's ice.
Okay.
Is anyone familiar with those drawings? I say in a whisper.
I'd have to get closer to find out if that's something we want to do.
From where I'm standing, it's a hard nope for me, but if you really want to, you can.
You know what? That's actually what I can gain after we deal with the threat that we know is lurking in the caves that we're in currently.
Okay. All right. I'll kind of squeeze by everybody, nudging them, trying to slide by. I guess we go this way now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you make your way down into another sort of open cavern. This one has multiple sort of pillars of rock, almost like stalagmites and stalactites that are still sort of conjoined there, so it's kind of thickened and thins in the center. But you just hear more kind of moaning, howling wind sort of whipping through this cavern, but not much else.
So all there is the pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess the first time we came through, we just walked into the worst possible room right off the bat.
It's looking that way now, ain't it?
Can I double back to the room with the paintings?
Absolutely.
I just want to look. I don't want to walk in because I feel like it might be a trap. But do the little figures, like, does it look like anything that might help us?
From where you're currently standing, you can't really see them.
I'm gonna very precariously take 5 more steps in, not fully going into the room, but like sneaky peeky.
With as dark as it is, it's still kind of hard to see. If you took one more step forward, you could probably make a check with disadvantage, being 20 feet back.
Okay.
So
What
go ahead and
kind
make
of
go ahead and make a history check with disadvantage for me. It's hard to say from here. Like you would, it's almost as like the way that the ice has kind of frozen over. It makes it a little hard to make out exactly what it is, or what it's depicting from this distance.
Am I in the room enough to where I feel like I'm not gonna like be trapped in here?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Sandy, are we?
Willzu,
We gotta
make
keep
a
I'll go back.
Willzu, make a perception check.
Okay.
Hold on a sec, Sucinda.
Bloop.
So even with an 8, you notice that Sucinda is not behind you. She's not with you.
I turn and look curiously, and look back to the front, then back behind me.
All right, I guess we move on.
Yeah, nothing in here.
I meander back.
Oh, I just kind of make sounds and start moving forward.
Sure. Supposed to be that there?
Is it? Hold on. Oh, here, let me get rid of that.
We can
Oh,
tell
looks-
That leads back out, yeah,
Yeah.
outside. I put it there so you guys couldn't see it from... The thought process was like, if you're down 30 feet, you wouldn't be able to see up into the caves.
Right.
Roll20 doesn't have elevation shit built into it, so...
Okay, that looks like back out to where our boat is, so I guess we go this way.
I got your back. Quietly.
So as you approach, if you'll hang out there for a second, Sandy, you see that there's this natural stone bridge that has formed, and it spans the frozen river beneath you, about 20 feet below. The top of this bridge, you can see very clearly, is just absolutely covered with this slippery, icy glaze. Of course, that doesn't affect you at the moment with your footwear that you have on. but
What's a nice thing somebody bought crampons?
it's a it's a very very thin, probably 5 foot wide bridge that spans the distance, and it looks like there's another maybe cave on the other side of it.
All right. Everyone, watch your steps. Does it look sturdy enough to where a big old Goliath wouldn't break through it?
So as you kind of look around the side, you kind of lean over and try to see the sides of it. It looks pretty sturdy, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to speed walk carefully across.
Is that a
just
thing?
in
Can
the
you carefully speed walk?
like competitive speed walking?
I'd like to sprint. I'd like to sprint carefully.
I'd like to sprint slowly and go across.
Okay. And as you step out onto the bridge, it holds, and you make it into the cave, and you see what looks like some sort of abandoned campsite inside of this cavern in front of you.
I'll walk across normally. Well then.
So looking around, you see a halfway frozen sleeping bag, like the kind of the charred remains of a campfire. You see a kind of halfway frozen book, kind of like a almost like a journal looking type thing with certain pages torn out. It looks like some of the pages had actually gone into the fire, and some of them are only partially burned.
I'd like to see if I can read anything.
So picking up a couple of the loose pages, you look at them and see that they're written in Dwarvish. Does anybody read?
That's cool, because I can
Dwarvish?
read and write Dwarvish.
Okay. How handy is that?
Just like a book.
So, looking at these loose pages, you're able to kind of glance over them quickly and see kind of the order they're going in. The first one you read says, "These caves are sacred to the frost giants. The carvings on the walls suggest that the giants came down here themselves to drown themselves. They use the hot springs as a sacrificial pool." And then you sort of go to the next page. It says, "The wind, it truly sounds like a wailing woman. One could easily go mad in this place." And that's all that's written on that page. And then on the third and final page, it's written, "I think there's someone living in these caves. Shortly after discovering the hot spring, I heard what sounded like a granny singing. When the song ended with a shrill laugh, dread sunk its teeth in me. Ye gods, that horrible cackle. I shall leave these caves in the morning and never return."
I relay it in common after each page.
Hot springs. Whoa.
See, I knew I was close to a sacred place, or not a sacred place, but a good spot to rest. However, that hag is here, so no.
We are aware of the hag situation. This only furthers that. Well, what the fuck am I saying? We saw her last time. She wanted us to hang out. We said no.
Well, we're here to buy the cave from her for nothing.
This is our cave now.
Right. Well,
That-
this is interesting,
that sounds
this
familiar.
dwarven text. I would like to find that hot spring, though.
Well, it looks like the only other way through here is to hop off that bridge. How high up was that?
Well, that, and there was that third cave.
I'll double back and kind of step out onto this natural bridge and look down at the ice below. How far down is it?
Looks more or less about 20 feet.
Oh shit. Yeah.
a
I
pretty
think cave
steep
number
drop.
3 is the way we have to go. I'll yell back.
I mean, we could, carefully rope down and coming out there. Is it possible to like rappel down with our crampons and stuff?
It would definitely require a check. But as thin as that overpass is, I mean, you guys have ropes, right?
Right.
I mean, it's up to you how y'all want to
More for that fourth
proceed.
person.
Right. Up to you how you want to proceed, but
We could try to just rope down. That'd be faster. Maybe we could chisel in something to hold it here, right? A python, mitten.
Well, we have those pickaxe.
What's the pickaxe gonna do?
Could help you get down. Put one here, and grapple from one to the other with our shoes, our crampons.
How big are they?
The pickaxe or a pickaxe?
I mean, it's like a two-handed pick. It's a big fucking pickaxe.
But would we not want?
Or
I
we
say
could go to
use
the.
pickaxe. To what? I'm confused.
So we have the rope up here.
See,
3 of us rappel down with the rope.
see.
As the one person's going down, you hammer in the pickaxe, at certain places so you can grab down with your crampons to help you rappel down the wall. Because you won't have a person holding the rope for the 4th person, right?
Right.
This sounds complicated. Just show me.
Well, why don't you 3 go ahead then? Sandy, you should
okay.
go second to last. Or last.
What do I do now? You want me to? How do I get down?
Here's some rope. Just climb down.
I could do that. I'll just grab the rope he started holding out and just hop onto it and hold on.
Carefully, like.
I'll come
Okay,
over and
so you-
give him a hand.
So you're
Holding
kind
it.
of lowering Willzoo down. Okay. So yeah, it takes about 30 seconds or so, but you lower him down. Willzoo, you find yourself landing softly on the frozen river beneath you.
So send after you. But
Okay.
with your pick, I would put it in every 5 feet.
I don't have my picks. It's too heavy for me. Remember?
Oh yeah, I've got one. Well, yeah, so if you want to rappel down 5 feet,
Willzoo, make a perception check for me.
Okie dokie.
Why only go 5 feet? Should I not? do
I
exactly
see
as
y'all.
Wilson did?
I was gonna give you the pickaxe to hammer in. Just hammer it into the wall.
How far down did you say this? Or the.
It's about 20 feet down.
Let me
I'm
make
almost
sure.
half of it.
I don't
Almost,
think I'm
yeah.
strong enough to carry the pickaxe, though. Remember? It was too heavy.
Since I'm down here alone and they're discussing this up above me, I'm now going to start looking up and down this ice river
Yeah, so
impatiently.
looking up and down impatiently, you don't see anything, but you smell something that actually smells quite delicious.
Guys, come on. Come on down. One way or another.
All right, just go ahead.
Yes, I'm very sorry, Aramil, but it is too heavy for me. I cannot stake the pickaxe. It's too heavy. I can't.
Just
I
give me
start-
both the pickaxe.
Repelling down.
I'm gonna dual wield pickaxes.
And Aramel, I'll help you down. I'll go last.
Okay. Well, I've got one, and I can hold it fine.
Well, give me both of them, and
So
I'll try
I'll-
to use them as ice picks to let
There you go.
help myself down.
Sandy gets it. Sandy knows what I was. All right, I'll take that out of my. I'm gonna give it to you, and
Sin, are you down at the bottom now?
I am.
How did you get down there?
With the rope.
Okay.
Yeah,
They lowered
You
me.
down. Okay. And so you see Willzoo down there, and you see him almost with his head up, kind of
Elizabeth,
sniffing.
stop. Close your nose.
She's
Pick
cooking
something
again.
up it.
The lady's cooking again.
I'll rappel down.
Do I know anything about, like, can me smelling that influence me in any way?
I mean, what do you mean influence you?
Like, will I, like, be entranced by her because of...
No, you don't feel anything like taking over your senses. You just smell this. I mean, imagine being asleep and waking up in the morning and you just smell that incredible aroma of like bacon wafting through the house in the morning just as you wake up. That's kind of the sensation you're feeling. So it's not influencing you, it's just like, damn.
I think JD's dropping you a hint for tomorrow morning.
Hey.
We have
I
no
want to watch
bacon.
Sandy as he comes down.
I'm going to try to use the 2 picks as like ice picks to help lower me down.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of try to climb the wall down with the ice picks and your crampons?
Yes.
Okay, make an athletics check with advantage for me.
Nice.
I did it twice.
Good.
Great.
Yeah,
Otherwise.
either way, good. Yeah, either way, good. Yeah, you managed to just kind of kind of climb your way down, and now
This
you're
is what I was
all.
referring to.
You found yourselves now down at the frozen stream that has flowed through here, and down to the south, you can see the hallway that you have been in and out of twice now.
I point the other way, like this way.
So do we want me to lead it some more?
Yeah, and I'll notch an arrow, like,
Don't
Just
be
ready.
fooled by the smell.
but like this
I'm
way.
not even sure we should talk to her. Maybe we should. Nah, we gotta try to say something, right?
I think we just smash her brains in.
You know what, Sandy? I'm gonna. Whatever you do, I'm with you.
We should be quiet. Got my arrow notched, ready for hags.
Okay. So you're slowly making your way through this winding frozen river until you find yourself in a very large open cavern with about a 50-foot tall ceiling in here with stalactites just kind of hanging down and occasionally dripping water down onto this frozen water. Looking down beneath you, you can kind of get the gist that this underground river once kind of pooled in and spilled into this area, kind of filling it with water, and then eventually overflowing to the west, from which the direction that you're coming. The river and the pool now obviously frozen, but there are cracks in the ceiling of the cave that daylight is sort of coming through and is sort of illuminating this area. The pool itself has turned into a kind of a cloudy, bright blue, but within that, you can see entombed in this ice are the remains of 4 frost giants. The faint outlines of their forms barely visible.
Can we make an agreement that if those things come back to life, we dip?
I think that
Yeah,
would be
dude,
very
I'm not fighting an
wise.
undead frost giant.
Oh, yes,
Fuck
no.
that.
Terrible idea. Yes.
Okay. Just
Laying it
thought
on
we
the
should
table
get that
now.
out there before
Yeah.
it became an issue.
Just as a
Yay.
DM note, you did already fight one.
I don't think we should fight another, especially 4.
True.
Preach.
Although, Sandy, let it be known, I am winning here, no matter what.
Okay.
Well, that's ominous.
And looking forward, you can see another waterfall. It looks like what leads the this river into the into this cave itself. You see a short path to the south, and then a wider path to the east. And the aroma that you're all smelling becomes a little bit more pungent, a little stronger.
Can we tell which direction it's coming from by chance, or?
Hard to say. With the way the wind is sort of howling and blowing through here.
I like
So-
motion this way.
Okay.
I do that quietly. I re-notch my arrow.
And looking up there, you see just kind of a dead-end cove.
I do like
Enough.
this motion. Like,
How high would this waterfall be?
It's probably about another 10 feet high.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like stand on my tippy toes, just try to peer my eyes like right above it.
Sure. And looking up there, you see that the actual rock, the cave formation itself, hugs very tightly to where the river is frozen over. So it's almost like even if you were on your belly, you wouldn't be able to crawl and fit in there. It's almost like it's just feeding out through some opening in the cave itself.
I just kind of look back and shake my head, shrug my shoulders.
Guys, I see some. Take it quick.
To the south, east. What is
There's
that?
this big opening right here.
All right. I make sure I pull my maul out.
Okay.
hug this wall. Arrow ready.
And as you can go ahead and stop right there. As you sort of round that corner, you see a woman, an older woman, standing over a cauldron there, sort of in tattered furs. It looks like to keep her warm. She looks like this here. And without even stopping what she's doing, she's sort of stirring this, whatever's in this cauldron here. And she says, "No need to be strangers. Come on in. Have a bite to eat." And she sort of walks back over to a table where there's some meat on the table, and she picks up this kind of cleaver and just starts hammering it, and then takes it over and throws it into the cauldron itself.
So I kind of look back at everybody. So what's the game plan?
You're asking that now, Sandy? What the fuck?
I mean, are we just gonna like this lady, or are we gonna talk?
I like touch my forehead to Sandy. I would like to kill her now and ask questions later, but that's just me.
She
Sounds
says,
good to
"No
me."
need for killing. Come on in. Have a seat. Must be starving."
All right, she
None of us are
definitely
hungry.
She at that point she raises her head and looks over to you and says, "Well, in that case, oh, it's you. The ones that have been coming in here and causing a ruckus in my home."
Why do you come in here and cause problems for me?
Why are you here?
She's sort of has her head over the cauldron, sort of sniffing it. Looks up at you.
This is my home. This is what I've been exiled to since the Rime.
You were exiled because of the... Wait, what?
Exiled might be the wrong word, but this is the best place I could find. Some place where I could be alone. To be by myself. And then you group come in here and you are poking your noses around. But I'm willing to forgive that. These are strange times indeed, yes?
Our noses were looking for 4 fishermen. 4 alive fishermen.
I haven't seen any alive fishermen here, sorry.
I'm gonna lean forward real quick and whisper to Aramil. Aramil, did we fight undead dudes that had like tackling gear on them and fishing poles and stuff?
I just nod quietly.
We do not appreciate lies.
I've not lied to you. I've merely said I've seen no living fishermen.
And did you kill them?
Or send your people to kill them. Your little minions.
My people. I
Your
am
minions.
but an old woman here alone. What people do you speak of?
The
Hearing that-
skeletons.
Yeah, I kind of get beside Aramil and lean forward a bit. A little bit angry at this point, actually, as I shout. We're not here for games, hag! We know what you are, and we know what you're capable of, damn it!
She scowls and looks at you and says,
All the more reason for you to leave my cave.
I bend down and open my oil flask and just set it up by my foot.
I
says-
think I might be confused of the possession of the cave, ma'am. Do you have the deed?
There are no deeds for caves.
Unfortunately, there appears to be. I am here to evict you.
You will do no such thing. I offer you my food, my comfort, even after all you have done, and you still come in with insults.
May I ask you a question? I have a very particular diet. Can you please explain to me all ingredients? I am, what are the words here? Yes. I cannot eat gluten. I cannot eat meat.
Can
You
I,
know what's the term for it though? Oh.
while Sin's doing this,
Vegan?
while Sin's
I
doing
have a
that,
vegan lifestyle.
can I sleight of hand, like, I'm still bent over, but like dip 3 arrows into the oil?
sure. Make a sleight of hand check.
Please be good.
Yeah, so you do.
3.
She says,
I was merely here, living my life. What business have you here?
Wait. You know what? Before... I take a few deep breaths. Before we proceed with other things, you said you were exiled, and you needed to find somewhere to be alone. Why? Where did you come from?
Elsewhere in Icewind Dale, yes. But unfortunately, my sisters are not here with me anymore, so I had to find someplace safe. I figured this cave to be fine, but as I'm sure you've noticed, being that you're out this far at least, Icewind Dale is no longer a safe place. So, what is an old magic user to do but create defenses? And you merely march in here twice now and endanger me by taking out my defenses.
Okay, I'll tell you what. This is the last question, okay? Last question. Say a young boy walks into this cave. He's alone and he's unarmed. He looks afraid. He eventually stumbles into you. What do you do with him?
Well, I suppose that depends on how long it's been since I've eaten, but
Hearing that, I just nudge Aramil in the back a little bit, but I still act like I'm paying attention.
if you leave now, we can just go our separate ways. And I will leave you alone, you leave me alone. It's an easy agreement, is it not?
Ah, it would be. It would be, yes. I nudge Aramil harder. But, I don't know. That just doesn't sound right.
She
Soul was
goes back-
lost and...
As you're saying that, she goes back over to the table and starts kind of chopping some more meat.
I'll
Needed help, but... Okay, go ahead.
I want to sneakily get my tinderbox out of my pocket
Okay.
and get it ready to light.
I want
Okay.
to tap his shoulder and cast guidance on him.
I try to look quickly at everybody, like,
Take a step forward.
cool.
Sandy, make a perception check.
I don't know why it's wrong twice.
Yeah, I don't either. But with an 11, you're able to see that what she's chopping on the table. One thing that you notice is there looks to be a human head decapitated that's just sitting
shit.
kind of on the back half of the table there. And as she chops, she walks over and tosses another piece of meat into the cauldron and starts to stir it with this big kind of spoon and sniffs it and says, "It's almost right. It's almost right. It's just missing a couple more things." And she looks back up at you, Sandy, and says, "Ah, well, have you come to join me for dinner then?"
I light an arrow and shoot it at her.
Okay, make an attack roll. And as this arrow goes flying, and we'll find out what happens here momentarily, she sort of grimaces and says, "Then you will be dinner." And everybody go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Fresh pay.
So there's Wilzu, Sandy, Aramil, Sucinda. Okay. Uno Memento. Okay. There we go. All right, so you let loose your arrow. Let's see.
Do I need to roll any kind of fire damage on it?
Hold on. I'm looking for it here.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. So that's a 22 to hit. We will count the piercing and the sneak attack damage because I will consider this as kind of a sneak attack, surprise attack.
Hell
Roll
yeah.
a d4 for fire damage.
Yes.
Okay. So that is 16 damage against this hag as this arrow just sinks into her chest, and you see flames sort of sort of rush around her shoulder there, and she lets out this kind of curdling scream almost as the arrow makes contact with her.
Hell yeah.
I don't see your health bar either.
Here, I will fix that.
It's more intimidating that way.
It kind of is.
We don't know.
Right. You see it now?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Aramil, so that was a surprise round. You actually have another attack right now.
I would like to repeat what I just did. Light the second of my third oil arrow and fire it.
Okay, go for it.
Nope. Yes, that's
Okay, this one, as you fire it, she sees it coming and just sort of gently just moves out of the way as it splinters and shatters against the back wall. And as the arrow on fire sort of explodes and illuminates, you see this deep red puddle of blood on the floor with the occasional bone and body part, like an arm laying on the floor, to the southern part of the cave there.
nice. That's great. I will kind of jaunt over here and like run up against the side of it. Maybe like not at 3/4, but closest to, and end my turn.
Okay. Sandy.
With my maul out, I'm just
Hell
gonna
yeah.
yell, "Oh yeah!" and just run right at her
Okay.
in rage. Swing my maul at her.
That is definitely going to hit. I don't know why everything's
Wow.
rolling twice today.
I
but
refreshed both of them.
yeah, I don't know. It's roll 20 is just weird sometimes. So a 22 definitely hits as you just absolutely just pound right into her rib cage there, and she sort of kind of flings to the side a bit there. Let me update this here. And you see this sort of black blood sort of trail down the side of her mouth as she looks up at you
Gross.
and sort of grins almost with this toothy, kind of haggard-looking smile. Wilzu.
Feisty.
I'll take a step forward. And is there? You said that's a pot of boiling stew with a large spoon in it.
Yes.
Okay. As I step forward, I'm going to cast Mage Hand
Okay.
to grab the spoon, and I'm going to try to fling some of that boiling stew onto her face.
Interesting.
Nice.
Okay. Go ahead and make a spell attack roll.
Okay, so I just like use like Firebolt or something for the attack roll?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
There
Wow.
you go. So 23 is gonna hit. And it's gonna do 2 damage to her as it sort of burns her skin. And you see her kind of recoil a little bit at the damage itself. And you see her skin on her cheek sort of bubble and blister a little bit, but it doesn't seem to bother her too terribly much as she continues her grin. Does that end your turn?
No. Because I
Okay.
was trying to maybe blind her and make it harder to see, and it didn't seem to do anything like that. So because of that, I will now tactfully retreat around the corner.
Okay. All right. That is going to bring us to her turn. At which point she let's see here, is going to look at you, Sandy, and grin even harder. And you all see a dim light
that grows brighter and brighter and brighter until it gets very bright. Aramil and Sandy, you both are almost kind of blinded by this for just a moment, until a little floating, almost like an orb of light, appears in the cavern as well. And as the light kind of comes to, and your eyes adjust, you see that the old woman who was standing in front of you before is no longer standing there. And now, standing in that exact same spot is this horrid looking creature that looks like this. With these bulging eyes that don't seem to blink. These sharp teeth. The sickly grayish purple flesh, and this stringy black hair that is interwoven with finger bones that seem to just be tangled in her hair. And I would like Aramil and Sandy, both of you, I need you to make one second, I gotta read this here. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Shit.
Okay. Both of you, once your eyes sort of adjust to this bright flash of light, and you see this horrific creature in front of you now, you're caught completely off guard. And as of right now, you're both now under the frightened condition. Which frightened means that you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of your fear is within line of sight, and you cannot willingly move closer to the source of your fear, which is this creature here. And she is going to move toward you, Sandy, with her claws, and is going to take a swipe at you with these long, sharp fingernails, which is going to deal 12 slashing damage to you.
Six, yeah.
That's right, you were raging. And that is going to end her turn. Sucinda, you are up.
Well, this is going to shit. But I think that I would like to toll the dead. I'm afraid to get too close to her. Point my finger at her. Bell fills the air. She needs to roll for a wisdom saving throw. It needs to be a 12. Hopefully she rolls an 11.
13.
Ridiculous. Fine then. Nothing happens.
Okay. You end your turn?
I end my turn.
Aramil. You are
So what does
currently
this look like? Or sorry, go ahead.
you are currently frightened. If you're asking what this ball of light looks like,
It's a ball of light.
it I mean, it just kind of looks like this wispy ball of light that just is sort of almost has this haunting feeling to it. It doesn't necessarily have some sort of distinct shape. It just seems
Right.
to be some sort of magical light in and of itself.
But we haven't seen it move or like take aggressive actions or anything.
Not at the moment, no.
It's just hanging out.
Yeah.
Well, panicking because I can't look out. Shit. I'll walk over. I left my oil over here, so I'll go walk over to it.
Okay.
And then I'd like to use my turn to dip. I got one left. Dip 2 more, and I will end my turn.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Sandy. You are currently frightened right now.
Can I can't attack her?
So, her frightened, you can, but you have disability on your attack. Or disadvantage.
Okay. I have an idea, and I know I can barely see Wilzu. Is that enough to be able to yell my idea at Wilzu?
If you're wanting to yell kind of a plan of attack, that would be your action.
Okay. Never mind.
I'm
Don't
right
wanna
after him.
waste
We can
that.
combo, right?
You can combo,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's-
But that would forsake your attack to do that.
Yeah. So it'd have to be like
so
the next
so
turn.
yeah. So since you and Wilzu are back to back with each other, you guys can plan something together. But in order to, I mean, you're kind of far apart, so it'd be a little difficult to communicate.
Okay. And it'd be too meta to tell him what I was thinking, right?
A little bit, yeah.
I'm not gonna worry about it yet. I'll wait to do what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I will go ahead and try to attack her.
Okay. Make a swing with disadvantage.
Beautiful.
So that is going to just barely miss as she moves out of the way, as your maul just slams into the icy floor next to her.
Okay. I wanted to look up at her and grin like she is, but I'm terrified, so I'm
You're a
gonna
little frightened.
keep my head down. And she'll be like, "Okay, so sorry." And then I'll end my turn.
Wilzu.
I'll step back out around the corner. Oh, shit.
And as soon as you see her, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right, let's see here. Okay. Wisdom saving throw?
Uh-huh.
Is this against some sort of magical effect?
It is against her horrific appearance.
Okay.
You are currently frightened of her. As soon as you see...
Wait. If I fail a saving throw, my arcane deflection can give me a +2 or a +4 to that saving throw. Does that help?
It would. What is it?
This. I don't know why it showed a 22.
I don't either.
Arcane deflection.
Let me link it.
There we go. At second level, you learn to weave your magic to fortify yourself against harm. When you are hit by an attack or fail a saving throw, you use your reaction. You gain a +2
Wow.
bonus raise here. Yep. So that would make the difference. So you see this creature and are immediately just repulsed by it, almost to the point of turning around and running. But you close your eyes and you clench your teeth, and you manage to force your way through it.
I will follow up with grabbing that cleaver behind her with my mind and ripping it towards her as I cast catapult.
Okay.
Damn.
Nice.
Let's see. So I need to
Like
make
a
a dex
Jedi.
save? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see what we got. Be a
Oh, she
19.
dumped it.
As
She
she
is
dodges
agile.
out of the way, and this hatchet just kind of crashes against the stone wall, pretty close to Aramel.
I will
Hey JD,
back
you
up
still have
again.
the heg up on stream. I don't know if that was intentional.
Yep, didn't mean to do that. There we go.
That's the end of my turn.
Thank you, sir. Which is going to bring us to our hag here, who's going to look over at you, Aramel, being kind of already in this frightened state. You've dipped your arrows in the oil, and you're ready to try and fortify yourself and make an attack. And it's going to look at you, and I need you to make another wisdom saving throw
Right on.
as she casts Death Glare at you.
Well, is that a charm effect or no?
It is not.
All right, cool.
But you manage to avert your eyes just in time as this kind of flash of purple magic goes around her pupils. And you are fine. And that is going to end her turn. Lucinda.
This is all very terrible, and like, I just don't really know what to do right now.
Where's your fighting spirit, Lucinda?
Well, this is going to shit already, just like each time we come into this godforsaken fucking place.
At least it started off with a bang.
I am terrified to go in here and actually look at her. Because right now I feel like I'm just kind of like averting my eyeballs because I'm like, this bitch is gonna fucking frighten me and murder me too. So, I'm gonna create a duplicate of myself. I will channel divinity and invoke duplicity. As an action, I'll create an illusion of myself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making another me, so I don't have to look at her. And with my movement, because I'm going to see through Lucinda, I'm going to actually take a step out this way with my real self and be like, I ain't looking at this bitch. Hell no. And I believe that's all I can do because, yeah, it's an action. So I'm just going to pretend like, oh, I'm just waiting to do nothing here. Nothing to see here, darling. I'm just nobody here.
So,
Just my fake self.
So technically, since you're seeing through her eyes, you would, I assume, be technically susceptible to her horrifying visage. But
My fake self.
But for creativity, I'll let it slide.
Oh, thank God.
Hey-oh.
All right, does that end your turn?
Sure does. Sure does.
Aramil, it's your turn. You can use this turn to try and shake off the fear, or you can take an action.
Yeah, I would like to try and steel myself to be able to look at her.
Okay, so you will need to make another wisdom save, and you can do so at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
If she's in line of sight, it is with disadvantage.
Okay. Like right now.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'll light a arrow.
Okay.
Try and shoot it at her,
Okay.
hoping not to shoot Sandy.
Go for it.
It'll be with disadvantage.
It is with disadvantage, yeah. This
Damn.
one misses as well as it kind
God damn
of sinks into the table behind her. But
Alright, so-
the fire is sort of extinguished by the blood that's pooled up on the table.
Cool. All right, I got 2 more oil arrows. I'm gonna run over here. Can I like turn away, or is she in line of sight right here?
She technically is, but if you want to say you want to turn away, that's fine.
Yeah, I wanted to turn away and like put my back up against this wall, looking over here,
Sure.
and then try and like, all right, I can do this. I can do this.
Okay. Make another
Like,
wisdom
try
save.
and. Nope.
You just can't shake that feeling of dread just deep within. The transformation and just the visage of this creature just has shaken you to your core. Sandy.
Okay. I'm gonna take another swing at this biatch.
Okay. She redirects your arm out of the way to where your axe actually sinks into the table, but you manage to pull it out. But your teeth are just kind of chattering a little bit. But you can make another wisdom save to try and break your frightened status.
All right. You don't scare me, bitch. God, oh, you really scare me.
And you manage to steel yourself and break free of this fear.
Hell yeah.
And you find yourself even angrier and ready to fight.
Oh,
As you are no longer frightened.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna pick you up and slam you through this table.
Please
yeah.
finish her with a
Hell
power
yeah.
bomb through the table. All right, Wilzu, you are up.
I'm gonna step aside again, and since I can only use cantrips now, because my arcane deflection takes a little bit of a toll on me, I'm gonna try to utilize my mage hand to get some more of that soup with that spoon and splash her face.
Okay, and you're going for a
But
blind?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it in her eyes, trying to make her at least like make it harder to hit Sandy.
Did I have you make a wisdom save for the visage? Horrifying
Yes,
visage?
but-
And you succeeded? That's right, you used your thing. Okay. Since you're doing a called shot, go ahead and make your spell attack with disadvantage.
All right,
You got it.
I don't get it.
All right, that one just splashes some of that hot soup, that stew against the back wall, which is now covered with broken flaming arrows and stew and blood. There's just a pool of just crap back there, and she looks over to you quickly and says, "You're messing up my living room."
I will turn around and start going back behind my spot. I'll see Cinda move a little bit closer now and be like, "Oh, wow, you're getting in there now, huh?" As I turn around and see her go, "Oh, what the? Wait, what?" Now it's my turn.
Okay, that's gonna bring us to the hag, who is going to take her claws out and swing at Sandy again, which is going to deal 5 slashing damage.
And she's dealing more than my maximum health every swing.
And she is going to then, and you can take a swing with disadvantage, Sandy, as she marches this way and peers around the corner at you, Aramil. And that is going to hit as you crack her in the back as she walks away.
Nice.
At this point, this shining ball of light is going to sort of float over to you, Sandy. And out of it, you see electricity start to form around it, and a little arc of lightning pops out.
Oh shit.
And is going to hit you for 7 lightning damage. Which, do you take half damage from magic, or is it just physical?
I think it's just physical.
Yeah, just physical.
Yes, just physical.
Okay.
Yes.
Sin, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna hope for the best here. Now, question for you first. Can an illusion... You know what? No, I'm gonna... Her back's to me, right? She's looking at Aramil.
Her back's not necessarily... She's not looking at you. It's almost like if you're standing and looking left and right, she's just looking right. Like her back isn't towards you now.
I see. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Let's just hope for the best, okay?
Okay.
My illusion moves within range. 10 feet and then...
Hey, I can make a new character by next week.
My real self moves within range. And I would like to cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay.
But I have advantage because both my fake self and my real self are here.
So so you would be. So it's not necessary. So if you remember our session 0, you're
It's what,
flanked.
No, it's
Two?
because of Invoke Duplicity.
Okay, invoke duplicity. Okay.
Yeah, it says for the duration you can cast spells as though blah blah blah. Additionally, when both you and your illusion are within 5 feet of a creature that can see the illusion, you have advantage on attack rolls against that creature given how distracting the illusion is to the target.
Okay. Cool.
So I just really hope that this works is all I'm trying to say here. Oh, please work! 21! Thank fucking God!
Nice.
Unfortunately, it was only a 13, which is shit because it's supposed to... Is there a breakdown of that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's on
3d10. If you hover over the
A
13,
2, a
it'll show
7,
you.
and a 4. What a joke. Man,
About
what a
average.
joke.
Almost halfway.
You reach out and actually grab onto this hag, and you see these black veins just start to sort of roll up through her neck and onto her cheek, and she sort of screams out in pain.
I would like to try and trick her now. And move.
I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw, though.
Bum, bum, ba-da.
You got it.
You are after you come in and heroically grab onto this creature, you get a good look right in her eyes, and just the fear strikes into you, and you are currently frightened.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Now, does that end your? You sounded like you were going to continue on.
With my illusion, I want to move my illusion back, hoping that she thinks that that's my real self and that my real self is retreating.
Okay, and she is going to take a swing at that illusion. It's going to be a 13 to hit for 9 slashing damage.
You know, I'll be honest and say I think that the illusion just, like, disappears.
If it takes damage, I think that's correct.
The illusion, as a bonus action, you can move it. Or it says, or until you lose concentration. Bonus action.
Maybe it just goes right through her.
Okay.
It.
It doesn't really say. Yeah, it just says starting at 2nd level, you can use your channel divinity to create an illusory
I'll say
duplicate of
this.
yourself.
In this particular situation, since you are now frightened, I'm going to go ahead and have you make a concentration check.
Okay.
To see if you can maintain that, and that will be based on her attack there, which, let me pull up, I think concentration is, it's either 10 or, pull it up here.
Do I just roll a d20?
Roll a d20. I'm pulling up the stuff now.
Nice.
Memento. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Concentration.
Whenever you take damage while you're concentrating on a spell, you must make a Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration. The DC equals 10 or half of the damage you take, whichever is higher. So that's going to be a 10. So you succeed. So you maintain your concentration.
Nice.
Okay.
I always forget concentration. I'm fucking awful at it. Aramel.
I would like to grab one of my daggers and try and just shank her. Just
Okay.
up close and personal.
And since you are still frightened, you will.
Yep.
It'll just be a regular roll because you're flanking. Well, actually, no. It'll still be just add to your. All right, so that's gonna miss. As she
No.
just sort of grabs your wrists and sort of moves it out of the way.
As a bonus action, I would like to. I'd like to disengage
Okay.
and just run away.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Really just out of sight.
Okay.
And then try and steal myself without seeing her.
Okay. Go for it. That wisdom save.
Okay, this is it. This is it. This is not it.
You still just cannot shake that fear. Sandy.
Since this thing just zapped me, I would like to try to smack it out of existence, not really understanding what this thing is in front of me or anything like that, and not knowing if I'm actually going to hit anything. I just don't like it.
Okay. Make an attack roll. All right.
Nice.
That is going to hit. As you swing your maul through this thing, you feel it. You feel the force of it connect, but it does not give you that gratifying sense of contact that you normally get. But it still did seem to take some damage as it sort of shimmers a little bit in front of you.
Okay.
I need to put the health bar up.
Does the hag have her health bar? I can't tell anymore. I can't see it.
Oh, here you go.
As well as potion of healing takes an action, right?
Yes, it is an action.
Okay. Well, with that, I will end my turn.
Will do.
I will. Oh, I can just see her from here. Shit, that's not cool. Is because Susenda's right next to her, would a spell attack get that +1 bonus? Because an ally's on her? Or is that not apply?
No, since nobody's like actively flanking her now.
Okay. In that case, I will pick up with my mind again one of these rocks on the ground and
Okay.
catapult it right at her.
Hmm.
Well, this one's gonna
Wow.
hurt if she doesn't dodge it.
Dex save. Which she is not
Oh,
able to
man.
move out of the
Beautiful.
way as this
Oh, yeah.
rock just pelts her right in the head.
Oh,
And she almost loses her balance completely.
I'm gonna hide around the corner here, just a little further. So I'll see it. Look at Aramel kind of shaking, and I kind of lean in. Come on, man, get it together, shoot her, take her down.
Which is going to bring us to her turn, which she's down on her knees at the moment. And she says, Wait, stop. We can make a deal.
Are we still in initiative, or what? Who could talk to her?
I'll say as of right now, I'll say we're not out of initiative, but I'll pause initiative just for the sake of conversation.
Okay, I'll yell out. Oh, begging now that you're about to go down, huh? This better be good.
I can look. I can offer you quite a few things if you spare me.
Start talking.
I can teach you. I can teach you the secrets to my cauldron, and I can offer you riches. But you must promise to spare me. Lay down your weapons.
And she sort of puts her arms to the side and like lowers her claws.
Are we still frightened?
At the moment, yes.
If we're still in initiative, if I can't move, I'm not going to say anything else until it's my turn.
Okay, I'll say then at this point we are out of initiative.
All right. I'll step around this corner.
And you
And are we
don't
still
and when
frightened?
when you step around that corner, you don't feel the imposing presence of fright that you did originally.
Sandy, you okay down there?
My fake self is by her.
It's
I
shaking
am
up a little bit.
again within 5 feet with my illusion. I would like to cast inflict wounds.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Ah, damn it. 13 probably doesn't hit.
Let's see here. A 13 just misses. As you reach in to grab onto her, she grabs your hand and she says, "I said wait! I'm willing to make a deal with you."
I do
All
not
right.
negotiate with terrorists.
Now, Sucinda, hold on. Let's not be hasty.
At this
Let's
point,
see what she's offering.
the illuminated kind of ball of light behind has now disappeared, and her form has now taken that of the old woman again.
I
She
cross
says,
my arms and start tapping my foot.
Are we done?
Well, that depends. If any time they want to end you, they can. If what you offer isn't worth it, we can. So, I'll give you, 20 seconds. What do you got?
I can offer you two things. I can offer you my cauldron, which will feed an entire town in and of itself. And if you promise me my life will be spared, I will teach you how to use it. Additionally, let me go. I know of treasure, which I will leave for you. Riches.
I'll kind of rub my chin for a moment. And then I'll just look over to Sandy. What's your expression right now, Sandy?
I'm still enraged. So I do want to smash her skull in and send her through this table.
I grin at Sandy and nod.
Okay. So I'm guessing I'm kind of like behind her.
yes.
Okay. So my plan was earlier is when I swing for Wilzu to use the catapult action on my maul as I'm coming down. Add force.
I'll do it.
Oh shit.
Okay. I will pick up my maul and just come down as hard as I can across the top of her head, hoping Wilzu catches the hint of using his catapult.
Okay, first of all, go ahead and make an attack with disadvantage.
Okay.
Wait, but +4, right? Or 3, because we're all around him? Or...
Let's see.
Also, the moment he misses, I mean, I'm gonna firebolt. I think Susanna's gonna attack. Do we really gotta do this? We're gonna kill him. I promise you we're all gonna swing at
Okay.
once.
Well, I mean, that's enough to hit anyway, so between the added
bitch.
plus to hit since you're all around her, and your maul comes straight down on her head, and Wilzu's catapult pushes it even harder and actually crushes her head as it just flattens and explodes, and her corpse just falls onto the ground, dead.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was something. Yes.
You completely crushed her head. Wait. Uh-oh. No. I get on my
What?
hands and knees and I start feeling around for any parts that may still be whole on her head. It was completely crushed.
We can just take the halves of her head and bring it back to show the sheriff man. It's fine. We will say, we killed her.
take
What
the
did
body.
you expect? Right. It's fine. No big deal.
Currently, you have the body of an old woman.
We
You
will
could take
scoop
it
her
all.
head together. It's no big deal, I think.
We'll take it all. Even though
What
it's
was it?
gross.
As
So
they're
what did you
discussing this,
expect? We killed
I'd like to
her.
drag her body over to this table
Okay.
and pick her up and power bomb her through the table.
Oh god.
You do, and the table just splinters in half,
man.
and her headless corpse just hits the ground, and blood just goes like streaming against the back wall.
Tombstoner.
I feel I have won that match.
Something.
Well, yes. I'm sure we can scrape up her head and, you know.
Yes, I think we scrape her head, bring the head of that poor fisherman with us, bring maybe the cauldron, and say, okay, Sheriff, this is your problem now. Here is the remains of her head. Here is the head of a fisherman. Here is a pot. I hope you can figure out how it magically works, but supposedly it would feed your whole town.
When
Congratulations.
I say we keep the cauldron.
Well, first
Well,
we need to
Zoo-
know.
That's kind of difficult to tote around, especially in this environment, no?
Well, we set up a shop. Is this really magical, Wilzu?
Give me about 10 minutes and I'll tell you. It was unfortunate what she was offering. I can figure out on my own here. But, oh, she did mention treasure. So, fan the area. Apparently there's treasure somewhere here, too.
We just assume it's here.
That is the assumption. Or in this cave. We
She
can
could
just
have been
explore the
lying
cave.
too. Could have been no treasure. The treasure was a lie.
It's better to check than not check, right?
I'm going. I'm walking around. I hope nothing kills me. But, it's fine. What is over here? I cannot go. What is here?
Oh.
Is this the wall?
Wait,
Cannot
it's
see.
not. I had to put random fucking like line of sight things in. All right, so Cinda, you're looking around for treasure. Wilzu, what are
follow.
you doing?
Is this pot still boiling?
Yeah. And looking
Don't
in,
eat
you
anything.
see a random hand and a human head sort of floating in it.
Two heads. Perfect.
You'll
Sandy, can
notice
you dump this over?
there's no fire underneath it, but it is piping hot.
Sandy,
Mm-hmm.
can you dump this?
Like,
Like just kick it over?
I'll get like a little bit of a running start and run at it and try to kick it over.
Yep, so as you run into it, you knock it over, and this kind of brownish gray liquid and the occasional bone, femur, head, hand sort of spills out onto the icy floor in front of you as it eventually empties out. This cauldron looks like it's made of just some kind of thick copper, but it's turned green with age, almost like an old penny. It's about 4 feet wide. It's a big cauldron. And the mouth of it's about 3.5 feet in diameter. Sandy, when you go to pick it up and pull it back up from being knocked over, you feel like it's about 50 pounds. And it looks like it can hold quite a bit of liquid or whatever you wanted to put in it. And embossed on its
just on its bulging sides, are images of satyrs and nymphs, sort of in resting repose, holding ladles. It does have side handles on it, and there are 5 little clawed feet on the bottom that keep it from tipping over.
Okay, you guys, detective this place. There's gotta be something. Give me about 10 minutes and we'll solve this pot mystery. I'll just put my hand on it and stare at it.
Okay. Is anybody doing anything in this 10 minutes in particular?
I'm watching over Wilzu.
Following. Sin.
I think that this is where the egg thing happened.
Yes, this is where it went to crap twice.
So then it appears we are in a circle and there is no treasure down here.
Is there anything in here?
Not that you can see. Nothing new, at least.
Hmm.
This place is shit.
Yes.
That's rude.
We should go back.
Okay. So about 10, 11 minutes pass. Wilzu, many images sort of pop into your mind, and you're able to determine that this item is referred to as a cauldron of plenty. And if you pour water into the cauldron and it's stirred for a minute, it transforms into a hearty, hot stew, which can provide a nourishing meal for up to 4 people per gallon, and it can hold 30 gallons. So 120 people can eat out of this. The stew remains hot while in the cauldron, but it cools naturally after it's removed. The outside of the cauldron remains safe to touch despite how hot the stew is. And the cauldron can create stew 3 times per day.
Damn.
So it can feed 360 people per day.
And
Just by pouring water in it.
how do I just activate it just by touching it and just focusing on that, or?
Yep.
Okay. Once I come to that conclusion, I let go of the pot, and yeah, I'll just relay. I'll relay that to Sandy. And I guess, is everyone in here? No.
Yep.
Yes, everyone's in here. So this is this is an old thing. It's called a cauldron of plenty. Can feed like 120 people at once. It's pretty
Wow.
crazy. It just makes stew on its own 3 times a day. At the user's will, of course.
Fascinating. Could feed, part of a city.
This should make us rich.
Or we can set up a restaurant. Say, forget the world, and... What would you call it?
Air mill.
Well,
I'm done with restaurants.
yeah, but you would be the owner, not just an employee.
There's no power to be gained there. People come in and normally they're boring. I mean, I found you guys, but
Think about it. How the cost? Only water? Look at all the snow out there.
the
It
money would be
snows
better.
every day. Free
Or hell.
water.
We could possibly even trade it for some better stuff from the
Zero cost business.
who is it? Captain Agrimar? Agrigar? Am I right? Am I remembering this right?
The captain of the guard.
Who's the captain?
The captain of the guard.
His name is not Captain of the Guard.
Arlagath.
Arlagath. That's the one. Yeah. Maybe he has
We need to
More
scoop up
stuff.
the head too.
There is no head. And I motioned the powerbomb the body over
Get
against the
something.
table.
Get something to show.
We
Bring
can
an
just-
old woman's leg back.
We can scoop together the remains of her head. I mean, we can say, look, it's not our problem we killed her. You can piece together the pieces that remain here. I'm not a puzzle person. You puzzle it together if you really need to see, but here's her remains. I think it's fine.
Before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and cast Prestidigitation inside the cauldron to
Okay.
clean it out since it had the good stew, but the gross hag put like human body parts in it too. So I want to sanitize all of it.
Yep. So you wipe it out pretty well with your prestidigitation, and looking in it, you do not see any more remnants or gunk or anything like that. It looks pretty clean in there. It's still sort of turned green a little bit on the inside just from it being aged copper, but it doesn't seem to affect it one way or another.
There's not like a bucket over here, is there?
There is not. There's a broken table that someone got power bombed through. The corpse got power bombed through.
Yep.
There's like a cleaver, and then random sort of human remains around the room.
Before we do anything else, though, Sandy, are you okay? You look very bloody.
You've got that potion.
Oh,
What?
nothing that little old Sandy can handle.
You shouldn't use the potion, right? Jacinda, aren't you a cleric?
Well, I guess that's fine. I will use my last potion or my last spell, but I hope we have nothing to fight when you leave, because then I will be spent. But okay.
If we could sleep and wake up to a health potion every day, I'd argue against that. But that's not the case.
Health potions. You want to buy one? My eye gleams.
75 gold.
Would you like to buy one?
No, I don't want to buy one. Just heal the man. He's bleeding.
I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Nice.
There. Feel better. Try not to die again. My spells are all spent now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sin.
No problem.
And now we need a volunteer for this cauldron.
What do you mean volunteer? I do not plan on dying and cooking me.
As in
No.
to carry the cauldron?
Yeah, to carry it back. Who wants to help carry it back?
I can help.
Really a question?
See, Sandy, I'm
Is
not
this
trying to be
supposed
biased.
to be a jab at me, Wilsu? You know I can't even carry the pickaxe. And now you are suggesting that I carry a cauldron. A pickaxe versus a cauldron. You think I can help?
Should we put the remains of the head in the cauldron to be like, well, here it is?
Wilson does not discriminate. Anyone
feel
is
like
open
we're
to
gonna-
carry.
I feel like we're gonna need that head. You're gonna
There
want that
is no
head.
damn head. We smashed it in.
You're gonna
We
want
could-
that on the track.
But it's bits and pieces. They can put it together if they want. Surely they're crime investigative people can put it together.
Let's
Is
just
there-
put the hag in the cauldron, carry it back, show them everything.
I just cleaned it.
You clean it again.
Yeah, you can clean it all day for free.
Are there any
It's
bits
zero
of
cost
gray
to the
matter
moon.
in the snow or any? Can I form a slight head somehow out of the stuff on the ground?
There's not, with the force that this mall came down with. It's basically like trying to make a head out of Jello.
But
Does anybody have a bag? We can just scoop the remains in and say, if you can figure out how to assemble her head, here it is. Here's the rest of her body, though.
put the body in the cauldron. Just put it in. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Damn it.
Okay, I grab it and just drop her back in.
I think
right,
of
so
some
you-
pieces of hair that I imagine were attached to her skull, if those weren't already scooped up, and I put them into, like... There's a hag. You can DNA test her, so she's a hag.
So you're picking up the cauldron, Sandy?
Yes, picking it up, dragging it, just getting it out.
I've added it to your inventory.
Thank you so much for letting me carry that. Everybody.
There's nothing else identifying that we can
Sandy,
grab.
I told you, I
is there?
can't even carry an axe. I cannot carry a cauldron.
So you see Sandy just literally carrying this 4 foot wide, like,
I can only carry 4 more pounds. That's all. 4 more. 4.
Do neither of you have a spell to make this temporarily smaller?
Or lighter?
As I said, Sandy. I only had one more spell, and I used it to cure you. Gosh, you guys are so ungrateful for me. You see these healing hands? I can clearly charge 50 gold at least for a cure. That's what I learned from the old place. Oh, 50 gold for a healing potion. 50 gold for a cure then. Surely. I can monetize these hands.
To the moon. Our profits will be to the moon.
I'll
Just
cast
Up,
Mage
up,
Hand
up. Gains, gains, gains.
and put it under the pot.
Finally, someone understands me. Thank you, Edamel.
So
Well
it's
said.
10 pounds lighter.
Repeat
The
that.
weight's
Wilson.
not the issue.
Wait, what do you mean?
You just want some help. I will lift
No.
4 pounds worth.
The weight is not the issue. I am stronger than all of you combined. I could carry 12 more of these.
We don't
It is
disagree.
the sheer size of this thing, of walking through a small hallways and not damaging the walls and everything like that. You can make it 3 times heavier, just make it smaller.
I cannot-
Literally 4 feet wide.
I don't have such magics yet, I'm afraid.
I have no
Don't-
way of making things
Don't
smaller.
look at me.
I mean, you guys want to sit in this? I'll probably carry you guys all at once.
Wilzu, hop in.
Let's not make it more unnecessary on you,
Alright.
Sandy.
Let's get back to town and we'll draw up a business plan.
I can make you sneaky if you wish.
Oh,
That's
what I
really all
want.
I can do.
that will not help me.
I want
I
all
can,
the
I
sneaking.
can make your voice boom. I can
That-
cause
that may help.
tremors.
Well, we
I
should be
don't
going.
really have anything to make something smaller.
We're gonna need to get back up on the bridge.
Unfortunate indeed.
Are you guys coming?
We should go back the way we came, right?
We can get to the bridge this way.
Yeah, I thought you said it looped around.
Sure.
All right, so we're heading out of the cave with the cauldron and everything.
Mhm.
Okay.
Bouncing back and forth down these small narrow
Yeah.
hallways.
Well, that is where we're gonna go ahead and call it for the evening. Holy shit, we did a lot today.
How
you guys-
We
How you guys
did.
feeling?
had a nice. We
Used.
spent a lot of time at the general store.
Accomplished.
I do feel accomplished. We got the rock due to deceit and lies, and
Yep.
we got the hag and her cooking pot.
You did get her
We're
pot,
gonna get rich.
but could
I
you
got
have
a lot of
could you
gold
have
this
also
week.
gotten treasure from her too?
That was a lie.
I'm gonna trust that my teammates who just casually walked the whole place were actually searching and not just looking around for gleaming piles of gold. So I'm gonna say there was no treasure due to their thorough, awesome, very thorough search.
So I think there was treasure, but I think it's in the water somewhere.
Behind the waterfall.
Not behind the waterfall. I think it's like out, because they said that the ship had sunk or something, right? I think it's in the water somewhere, and the hag knew where it was. But
Cheers to
I mean,
cheers to
I know
Kira.
I can't breathe underwater, so to me, like, that treasure's just gonna be down there forever until this shit show of frozen ice everywhere goes away.
Once we get an airship, we'll find it.
Dude, a pot that can make infinite food has to be worth more money than we can fucking fathom. So, a treasure or not, I feel like if we play our cards right, we have the capability to just get loaded.
That's why we gotta charge them. Set up a business.
Just
Or we
like
hire
this.
someone to work for us and come back and pick up our
We
type.
give it to our Thieves Guild friend at the inn. Like, here you go. We
Give it
just
to
want a
Bardaban.
cut. Yeah, we just want a cut of the profits forever.
I run a business as well.
Yes, I want in on the trade.
I'm getting in on this.
I want in. Buy.
I just so happened to have gained 40 gold last night.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
she did.
I want in.
All right. Well, does anybody have anything to say before we close it out tonight?
I'm good.
No?
Check your potions, everybody. Check your potions.
Well, we'll go ahead and close it out then. Hey, everybody. I know it's been a couple weeks since we played, but this was a breath of fresh air. I'll admit, I always kind of come in, especially after a break, and I'm like nervous, like to come in and especially DM, but even like as a player, but more so as a DM, it's like, man, it's like nervous energy, and then it just becomes fun. So I had a lot of fun tonight, and every time we play, no matter how nervous I am or worried I am going into it, every single time I come out on the back end like this, I remember why I enjoy this shit so much. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all. Thank you everybody for being with us and supporting the channel. If you have not watched us before and you're new with us tonight, give us a follow and join us in future streams. We do this D&D session, Icewind Dale, every Saturday at 8, and then we have our Shadow of the Demon Lord campaign that we run on Monday at 8. So we stream other random stuff in between. But if you enjoyed it, give us a follow. If you want to support the stream, which we greatly appreciate, you can sub or donate directly. We always appreciate that. Everything goes right back into the stream. But with that, thank you, everybody, and we will see you in the next one. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.